the 100th season of Columbia City football. I should bring that up, and they've got a nice 100th anniversary season logo this year. And of course, this would have started at DeVole Field probably way back then, and on to North Whitley Street and on to here. So, to my knowledge, I guess the Eagles would have only played, this is their third different venue. If I'm wrong, I'm sure some of the listeners and alums will let me know out there. But
yeah, it would have been DeVole and then Max Gandy and then here. So,
unless I've missed one, and there go our captains tonight, Ryan Elston, and
Ian Clifford.
Clifford are going to go out to midfield for the reenactment of the coin flip. The officiating crew tonight, Tom Muth is the referee. Kyle Hunt, Brett Ratcliffe, Dave Gentili, Steve Keck. The other ones, and they're all basketball officials. Those names very familiar to me. And Eagles being asked to back off by the referee. The whole team is going to kind of make it that way. So we'll get the signal here. Columbia City wins the toss and defers. Delta will receive. Another battle of the Eagles.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna be in the same situation as last week. We can't say Eagles, and then another mascot is gonna be Columbia City and Delta tonight.
So everybody getting fired up and about ready for kickoff here. About 50 seconds on the clock. Huge crowd. We've got food tents back.
Yeah, no, that's new. That's kind of weird. I was walking in, I was smelling some barbecue. I was like, oh my goodness.
Several of our athletic teams
have not smelled this in a while.
Nope, there wasn't any of that last year with the restrictions and such, and we're a lot less people here, but definitely a good crowd tonight. And
student section is packed. I wouldn't be surprised if we feel some shaking up here, Coach.
Maybe. So,
as the smoke clears too,
yeah,
with those fireworks.
They got fireworks over there somewhere, adding to the fray here. It's great to see the stands pretty much full.
I mean, it seemed like it was full last year. At times when you know, in the early part of the season, you know, when COVID was, when we were in the early stages, and you know, we were still allowing some people before it got cold and everything started spreading. But you know what? This is a new level of packed for us, Coach.
Indeed. So Kleffiger's out to kick. Kicking to the north as Delta will attack the south goal here in the first quarter. Delta in the road whites, the navy blue and gold trim, blue pants. And Columbia City again in the all black jerseys, black pants, gold numerals. And here we go. Kleffiger approaches it. And we're underway. First home game of 2020. It's going to be into the end zone, just barely in a touchback right out of the box. First and 10 at the 20.
Yeah, great kick by Kleffiger there. I mean, he's got a leg. He's got a cannon of a leg. I haven't heard anything about if he's going to go kick in college or anything. I haven't heard really much about that, but it would be great to see him go somewhere, either for that or for soccer. I mean, he's just an overall great athlete with a great leg.
Yeah, he is, and I have not heard either. But of course, he scored the last 3 points at the old field. His name etched in history. And Delta comes out. A couple of receivers over there to the far side. They're up under center. Kind of similar to what we were doing last week. And they pitch wide. Look out. And a nice tackle and a fumble. And Stitt fumbles. What a. I didn't see that to the last second.
No,
Carnahan.
I did not. No, I didn't see anything until Carnahan came up. I mean, I know that Arntz got a hold of the running back's legs and, you know, dragged him down, but I couldn't tell if that was Carnahan getting a hand on the ball or if that was just the ground or what. I wasn't sure.
Turnover just 9 seconds in. So a big break for the Eagles. First and 10 at the Delta 22. So Colton Piper. Now the quarterback, a junior, 6'1", 190 pounds. He rolls out and being chased under duress. Shakes and bakes and is going to get hammered. 3-yard loss. 25-yard line.
Piper didn't really have much. Didn't have much there up the right side. I mean, you could tell that the play was designed for him to go down to the right side of the sideline, and Delta just shut that down. And I mean, blocking didn't do any justice either. So
So second 13 here. Ball at the 25 of Delta, and Piper hands off, and we can't slip a tackle, and that's another huge loss. Back to the 30. So that's going to be third and what, 20? So 2 plays, and we're behind the 8 ball here.
Third and 18.
18. So here we go with the hurry up again. And Piper up under center, and the man in motion. Piper's got time this time. He hurls it deep and overthrows his man, incomplete.
Intended receiver was Peyton Shearer there.
First we've seen a Shearer. I don't think we saw him last week.
215-pound junior. He's a big boy.
So are we bringing Kleffiker out? Yes. So 3 and out, but we've got a field goal attempt here. And what, about 47 it appears.
46, 47.
Piper will hold. Not sure who the long snapper is, but
one thing you got to make sure, start with good blocking here. It's what starts
high snap. Kick is going to be just short. Didn't get much airtime on that.
Nah, not one of Kleffiker's best kicks.
The snap was high, so they had to flag that down. But so the turnover does not yield any points for the Eagles, who had it in the garden at the 20-yard line, 22-yard line. But Delta, big stop after a turnover.
Yeah, I mean, that defensive line looked really mean for that first possession there for the Columbia City Eagles. So we'll see how we deal with that later on in the game. But, yeah, that first possession, no points, that's a big bummer, especially after having a turnover deep in Delta territory.
So out of the shotgun this time. I'm not sure what the number is on that Wilson, I think. And hands off, and they're going to get 3 or 4.
They're going to get the clock running here.
Let's see. You get the quarterback's number? I'm having a hard time picking it out. Is it Wilson? No. I'm sure it must be 8. Or is it 18? Can you see that? It's either 8 or 18.
It looks like an 18.
Well, that would be a freshman.
But that's
Cameron Wilson.
That can't be right. He's listed as a wide receiver here.
There's a flag on the play. It's on Delta. Offside. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone.
Yep.
Well, it is 18, but that's the number.
It is, yeah. That's
cornerback and wide out, but Cameron Wilson, the freshman quarterback, apparently. So second and 11 after the 5-yard penalty. As they had a man lined up in the neutral zone, clock runs, 10:08 to go in the scoreless first. Columbia City with an opportunity, but missed a field goal after a Delta turnover. So this time Wilson out of the shotgun on second 11, and he fakes, keeps it, and into a pile. Eagles stifle that. That's a loss.
Easton Carnahan on the tackle there.
We've mentioned his name quite a bit in the early going.
Yeah, Carnahan he's stepped up into a pretty huge role, playing on what was a relatively stacked defense last year for the Columbia City Eagles. So
3rd and 12. 9.5 now to go in the first. Cameron Wilson out of the shotgun. 5'9". He rolls to the far side, cuts upfield, weasels in and out of traffic, and the Eagles stifle that.
Great defense there by Columbia City Eagles. I think it was Carnahan that got in there, and then one of our cornerbacks and one of the linebackers was just all right there. I mean, great effort by the Columbia City defense just to be able to wrap that up.
So both teams are stopped on their initial drives. So Delta punts deep in their own territory as the punter stands at the 5-yard line. Stratton Fuller back, and is it Getz?
I think it's Getz, and I can't tell. Did we change it up this week for a returnman?
No, it's Stratton Fuller and Getz, I believe. There's the kick. Pretty good kick. Going to be fielded by Fuller. And he's up across the logo. 50, 45. Finally knocked out.
Broke a couple tackles there to get down to, I think, the 42.
Yep. Delta's numbers are not exactly easy to see. We need to bring binoculars.
That would probably help.
Well, I had a pair. I don't know where they're at, but
it also doesn't help that the lineup on here is
it's
seems
pretty
a bit
small.
wrong. I see 2 quarterbacks on there, but they're not 18. one's a junior and one's a sophomore. I would go with the junior option.
Well, Hoppy's saying it's Wilson, so we'll go with the veteran PA man, Mike Hoppy here. You don't know. Yep. Go with the flow. So the Eagles with Piper at quarterback. Again, Greg Bolt out of the lineup. Injury. Piper, the junior, up under center and hands off and tripped up, and there's a 4-yard loss, and that was Barrera.
Yeah, I mean, Delta's defensive line just able to break right through our offensive line. I mean, like I said earlier, we're going to have to find something to stop those big boys on the D-line for Delta.
So nothing shaking here. And it's 2nd 15, and the Eagles fumble it. And Columbia City gets it back. So 3rd and 15 as both teams struggling out of the gate offensively.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, second week of the season, you're not having your veteran quarterback at the helm. It's obviously something that's going to be a bit of a different change for these guys, something to adapt to, but hopefully we can get some things turned around here.
So up the line of scrimmage, march the Columbia City Eagles. 7.5 to go in the scoreless first. Piper under center. He's being chased. Look out to the far side. Gets tripped, shakes the tackle, and going to get ran out of bounds. We're in front of the Delta bench, and another 6 or 7 yards lost.
See, that's just something where, I mean, Piper had a moment there where he could have just thrown the ball to an intended receiver and just thrown it out of bounds to save us a bit of yardage there. But, I mean, obviously we're not down there on the field, so we can't really say that he should have thrown that. But it looked like he had a bit of a window.
Kleffiger to kick. Jalen Jones deep, standing at the 10-yard line to receive the punt. No wind. Hot, sticky night. And a nice kick by Kleffiger is going to bounce about the 15, and they're going to get out of the way. And it's going to take a Columbia City bounce and all the way down to the 2-yard line where it'll be downed. So you can't ask for a better outcome of that.
Coach, I just want to let you know, punters are people too. Punters are people too. That was a great punt by Kleffiger. Way to pin them all the way deep in their own territory.
So advantage to the Columbia City defense, perhaps. Tell you about an underwriter real quick. Tonight's game feed is brought to you by Marsh's Builders Mart, 516 East Van Buren in Columbia City, with locations Huntington, Wabash, Warsaw, and Goshen, or online at marshsbuildersmart.com, serving Northeast Indiana since 1871. So Eagle defense with a big opportunity here to make something happen, and they plow it up the middle and get it out of harm's way out to 7. Wilson, the quarterback.
About 6 or 7, but, I mean, that was such a really well-designed play by Delta there. Half of our defensive line wasn't set.
And they're right up under there again. Wilson's ready, and he plows into the pile, shoves the pile. That's close to a first down.
Yeah, and you could see the running backs even helping, even pushing Wilson through there.
So it's going to be 3rd down 1, so a couple quick shoots there out of the
it's a good strategy to get you out of deep territory. I mean, just having the offensive line just do a majority of the pushing for you, and then if you need it, the couple running backs back there.
6.5 to go, no score, and 3rd 1, and some movement, but nothing shaking. Wilson under center, fakes. He's got plenty of time on the play clock, takes it, hands it off, and the fullback straight ahead. That's going to be a 3-yard, 4-yard gain, first down. Maynor
on the carry there. Yeah, 6'2" junior, 215 pounds. As Delta gets to move the chains.
That's their first down, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yep. All right, Wilson, and hands it off, and is that Maynor again? Yeah, Carpenter this time. He gets eaten alive. Columbia City snuffed that one out quickly. No gain.
Yeah, our run defense has done a pretty good job to start this game, just being able to stop those. I mean, obviously, with the plowing there from their first set of downs there, obviously they were able to move there. But anything to the running back, we've kind of shut it down right now.
So Wilson up under center again for the Delta Eagles. And fakes the handoff, rolls to the far side. Eagles, they miss him, but they get him this second time. Wilson sacked.
I think that was Jackson Moore there on the tackle.
16, yes.
Yeah, defensive end for the Eagles, 5'11" senior.
He was excited for that sack. 3rd and 13.
as it looks like Wilson's looking at his armband there, and he looks like he'll be in the gun with one receiver to the near side, one to the far.
And Wilson with the snap comes to the near side, throws on the run, caught short of the first down at the 24.
That was Caleb Elliott.
And they're going to go on 4th and 2.
I wouldn't be surprised if they snap this ball relatively quickly, Coach. They did it there at the 2-yard line. They might do it here.
And Wilson up under center and then trying to get Columbia City to jump. They almost did. And Wilson, now they're going to call for time. Timeout, Delta. 4:17 to go and a scoreless first. We'll talk to you about some of those underwriters.
This broadcast is brought to you by Bart's Car Store. Selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Bart's Car Store offers test drives, cash for trade-ins, and financing options. Bart's Car Store, serving Columbia City, Whitley County, and Fort Wayne. Tonight's microphones are from the support of Flowtech Plumbing and Heating, serving locally for 29 years. More information is available at flowtechpnh.com. And finally, this game is sponsored by reginaswatercolor.com. Regina's Watercolor, offering local handmade watercolor paints. Artist accessories are also available. Regina's Watercolor is online at reginaswatercolor.com.
Well, let's check the game time temperature. It's pretty toasty out there. And 84, according to this.
Yeah, it was quite hot on the golf course right after school this afternoon.
You and Coach Bechtold having a little warm up there, 9 holes. So
it was a fun little match with Coach B. It's always fun, though, when you're playing golf with Coach Bechtold. That's always fun.
Yep. And, yes, the Hall of Fame class that was inducted last year, our first in the Columbia City Hall of Fame, the first 10 members, they were not recognized due to COVID and such during the season, but they will be recognized halftime tonight, the 10. And then coming up here in the winter, our next 5 will go into the newly formed Athletic Hall of Fame. And here's a punt by Delta. Nice kick. Going to be fielded, and nice sidestep by Fuller, and there's flags, and Fuller gets eaten up. The 45, several flags flying in there.
I'm not sure if I saw a hold or an illegal block in the back. Not 100% sure there.
So Fuller didn't have much room, and he got annihilated. He gets talked to by the
illegal block coach in the back by Columbia City there. I was going to say, I thought I saw something around the midfield mark.
So this is going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Okay, so there is the correction. It's Caden Bond, the quarterback. As they had a different jersey on him. So Columbia City up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10, their own 35. Scoreless first, 4:07 to go. Man comes across in motion, and Delta's offside. And somebody unabated across our line.
Hunter Wallace there.
54, was it?
I think it was 60.
60. So the Eagles get a break there. Ball out to their own 40, 1st and 5.
Cut that illegal block in the back right in half.
Yes, we did. Beautiful AstroTurf field here at the new place. Piper under center, hands off, and is Barrera into the crowd, I think, and gets a couple.
Yeah, I think he got down to the 42. But yeah, I mean that was a bit better blocking by our guys. I mean we were able to break through the defensive line there. It was just one of the linebackers that caught us.
So 2nd and 3, Piper, and they hand it off. Oh, nice tripped up tackle. They got Barrera by a shoestring. Lost a yard.
That was Titus Hill, the 5'9" senior for Delta.
He had some room
there. Yeah, he had all day there on the left sideline. He didn't have anything until the free safety back there.
So Piper again on 3rd and 5, hands off into a scrum, and we get a couple back. It's going to be 4th and 3. As Barrera would have gone a long way, but that Delta defender got just enough of him, tripped him up.
As the punting unit will come on for Columbia City.
So a defensive stalemate, I guess we could call this right now.
As of right now, that's what it appears to be, Coach.
3:10 to go. First quarter. Not much passing so far.
No, I mean both quarterbacks have been under center a lot.
And here's Klefker to kick. Nice kick. Floater going to float dead about the 20. Going to be field on the bounce. And Eagles, oh, they let him off the hook. No, they got him. Okay. So he picked it up at the last second.
It's Clayton Scott there on the tackle. He's a person we call for basketball, Coach.
I didn't know Clayton played football, but maybe he just suited up this year. But maybe he didn't. I just didn't recognize him last year. But 1st and 10, the Delta Eagles. 13.
I'm surprised the return man for Delta didn't let that thing go, or at least didn't call a fair catch and get underneath it.
He found a favorable bounce he liked and tried to take off, but it was good morning, good afternoon, and good night quickly. As 2 black jerseys were down there to submerge the return man. So now we've got the quarterback correct. Bond up under center and takes it around the side, gives it to Backus, and Backus gets a couple.
And I think he got to the 15-yard line there, Coach.
15, okay. So 2nd down, 8. 2:25 as the clock rolls quickly in the first quarter. This one started a half hour later than normal due to the travel time for Delta. So back to the old school, old days of 7:30 starts. Those are a long time since those. Here comes Bond, and he's got an option. No, he turns it upfield and gets maybe 1.
Yeah, I think he got to the 16.
3rd and 7. Eagle defense hot on the pursuit there.
Yeah, defensive line is doing a lot better off the run game tonight compared to last week. They're definitely shutting it down.
So 1:50 to go in the first. Still scoreless. Eagles had a field goal attempt that was short. Delta has not crossed into our territory yet.
Bond's in the gun here.
Bond sidestep. He's got a man wide open over there. Stitt with a couple blocks and a first down. It'll be about a 9-yard pickup.
Yeah, I think it was the tight end that was lined up on the left side there, provided the block there. I was able to get them across the line.
So out to the 26. Delta as they work towards the south goal with 1:22 to go in the scoreless first. The Eagles have something going, yes. Both Eagles.
Both Eagles.
That's our Delta counterpart back there on the broadcast. And Bond under center. Bond with some time, slips, but throws it deep. Look out here. Incomplete. No flag. Good defense there.
That was Severs there on the coverage.
Parker Folletic, 6'2" senior, was the intended receiver.
Yeah, Severs did a good job. I mean, he wasn't grabbing onto him, just playing a little hand fight there, and he's able to make sure that ball dropped on the ground.
2nd and 10, straight up a minute to go in the first. Eagles open up conference play next week at Bob Worthman Stadium in Decatur, playing Belmont, and then on to Krieger Field in Huntington the following week. And here comes Bond. He's got some time, lobs it over to the top, has a man, 40 to the midfield, and they get him about the 46 of Columbia City. 47, they mark him out.
Jalen Jones, the 5'7" sophomore, getting the reception there.
Just kind of flipped it right over the top. Little floating pass. And
it was a good flow, and Jalen Jones is right in the right spot there. Perfect route.
So they pick up a bundle there. They're in Columbia City territory now. At the 47, waning seconds of the first. Bond, and man in motion goes Backus, and they give it to Backus on the pitch. Backus in and out of traffic, breaks the tackle. Look out! Oh, and he stumbled out of bounds, or he was probably
he was going to be gone in the end zone. Yeah, he was tiptoeing down. He was trying to save it.
So stepped out about the 39. Yes, 34.
And they move the chains yet again.
So 1st and 10, 25 seconds to go in the first. All of a sudden, Delta has had a couple of big plays. Bond fakes the handoff, takes it, works to the right side, gets knocked down quickly after a gain of 5, check that. So that's going to do it for the quarter in all likelihood. Quick first quarter.
Yeah, relatively quick. Compared to last week, that's a quick moving quarter.
So that's going to do it here. And there goes the siren. And a scoreless first quarter.
Talk to you about some underwriters real quick. Tonight's game feed is brought to you by Morse's Builders Mart, located at 516 East Van Buren Street in Columbia City, with locations in Huntington, Wabash, Warsaw, and Goshen. Online at morsesbuildersmart.com, serving northeastern Indiana since 1871. This broadcast is also brought to you by Bart's Car Store, a selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Bart's Car Store offers test drives, cash for trade-ins, and financing options. Bart's Car Store, serving Whitley County, Columbia City, and Fort Wayne. Finally, tonight's microphones are from the support of Flowtech Plumbing and Heating, serving locally for 29 years. More information is available at flowtechpnh.com.
So a scoreless draw so far, although Delta threatening. Not to the red zone yet, but definitely on the move. Don't forget, I was talking about that Hall of Fame class. They're going to be introduced at halftime. 8 of the 10 are here, apparently. So we'll pick up on some of that at halftime.
As we'll flip sides of the field here.
Seems like it took them a while to decide to do that. All of a sudden, it's like, no, we got to flip sides of the field. As Delta will go towards the north end zone now. And they're going to mark it at the 30 on a 2nd and 6. Getting everybody situated here, and we'll be underway.
It's been a bit of a lengthy drive here for Delta. I mean, they started deep in their own territory, right around the 10-yard line.
It was the 2, wasn't it? Was this the one?
No. It was. I think it was right around the 12 or the 13 this time. So
Bond hands off, and they trip a man up for no gain. Maynard. Dylan Maynard, 6'2 junior.
As Bond took a huge hit from Cole Mosier there.
Ooh, he's getting up slowly.
Yeah, I mean, Mosier's a big boy. You see him walking in the hallways at school, and it's a bit scary seeing him. He's like, standing over you, and it's like, geez.
So Bond going to be looked at by the trainer, and he'll probably be going out for a play at least. So the clock stopped an injury timeout. 16 seconds going here in the second. No score. So Delta's coach kind of chawing at the official on the way off, but
I think he was upset that there wasn't a penalty flag thrown there.
I didn't see the hit. You must have a look at it. So the backup, Abram Stitt, I believe, is that 2?
Yes, that's a 2.
So we have Stitt at quarterback now in the shotgun. Going in motion is Hill. Stitt's going to keep it on an option, turn the corner, and going to get hit hard. Got about 2, 4th down and 4.
We'll see what Delta does here. If they keep the offense on the field, or if they bring out the kicking unit, or it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field, Coach.
Yeah, don't know what kind of a kicking game they have, but
it's definitely something that's hard to come by in high school. A good kicking team. Or a good, a good kicker, punter, that just seems like that's kind of a rare breed to come by in high school, Coach.
It's a lot more prevalent than it used to be. There's more to it now, so it's getting there. So Stitt takes it on the option, cuts upfield, big hole, 20, 15, slips a tackle, 10-5, touchdown Delta from 28 yards out. And their Delta Eagles are on the board at 1:23 into the second. What a run there.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge hole created by that Delta offensive line, and I think it was the left guard that was able to be able to push one of our defensive linemen out of the way, and that just created just a huge hole there.
Was that Stitt that took that?
Yeah, it was Stitt, yeah, on the quarterback keep.
So now we have a kicking unit on the field, and it's
a lefty.
Like 80. Oh, it's 89, Griffs.
And it's good.
And Griffs almost into the soccer net on the PAT. And that's 7-0 Deltas. That was a quick drive.
Yeah, I think that we just saw kind of the true killers of this Delta offense. They can throw it and they can run it, and they definitely just seemed like they unleashed it on us there. So we got to see what we need to do to adapt to that and see what we can do defensively, and then also on the offensive side of the ball as well.
So 7-0. A nice warm night for football. Sun's starting to set a little bit. Of course, we look east here.
I'm glad. I mean, I'm definitely thankful for that compared to where we were last week, looking west directly into it.
Indeed.
We were begging for that sun to go below the tree line.
Yep. So the crowd fired up. Student section jumping up and down. And that is pretty full. And
yeah,
the band sits in the top there. I see the band.
Yeah, they do sit in the top. I just now realized that.
So
I don't think they were there last year, though. I think they're down on the track.
The band never even, I don't think, was here during that. I don't think, but maybe I'm wrong. So Fuller, one of the deep men, and I can't pick up on the other one, but here's the kick by Delton. It's going to be fielded at the 5-yard line, up across the 10, the 15, the 20, and Fuller gets decked and gets body slammed. There's a helmet off. Fuller got it out to the 22, and so about a 17-yard return. Not bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
So Colton Piper back to work. A minute 33 gone now in the second. 7-0 Delta. Nice drive put together by the visitors tonight.
Their opposing stands aren't too full. Not as full as what we saw last week at Busco with Columbia City. But, I mean, we traveled really well last week.
And that's an 8-mile trip compared to about an 80-mile trip. So, and good run up gets the ball carrier out to the 30.
Yeah, he was able to. It was kind of on a sweep there. I think it was a bit of a pitch out there. Just able to clear the corner and pick up some yardage.
So 2nd and 3. Nice slice and dice through the hole there by Getz. He's got some speed at 5'5" or 5'6", 150. And another big one. And, breaking a tackle out across the 45 near midfield is James Getz.
Yeah, Getz didn't. I mean, he didn't really have many blockers there. He was just able to shake and bake, sidestep a guy. That was a huge move for James Getz, the 5'6" sophomore.
And we've needed it. We've needed to get some running going here.
Coming up big.
So a minute. Check that, 2:25 going here in the second. 7-0 Delta. Eagles 1st and 10 at their own 48. And first man through's got it, tripped up, but it's going to be 4 yards.
Severs on the carry. He just got tripped up there. If he wasn't tripped up, I think he had at least another 5 yards left in him.
But for the Eagles, on their heels a bit, let's control the ball on the clock a little bit, and nice methodical drive down the field would be nice for the Eagles, the Columbia City Eagles.
That's good.
We won't be playing Eagles next week.
Yeah, thankfully. Don't have to worry about saying don't have to say about saying Columbia City or Delta or.
So on the run, Piper to the near side has a man caught. No, dropped by Barrera as he turned upfield. 3rd down 6.
See, that was a play that we saw a lot last year with Bolt and Bedwell, with Bolt rolling out on a play action to the far side, with Bedwell following him and just not able to connect there for Piper and Barrera.
3rd and 6 at the 48. Check that 47. It looks like it's marked. Delta territory are the Eagles, but facing 3rd and 6. And again, Piper up under center, and we have whistles.
Not sure what this is. I mean, it's not a timeout. What is it?
Oh, they had it mismarked. I thought it was on the 48. And somehow it ended up on the 47. But so they get that straightened out.
As Piper gets his commands from Coach Fox, goes into the huddle.
So 3:09 gone. 7-0 Delta.
Piper will be under center here.
Barrera makes a move, and they hand it off, and Getz is going to get smoked as they tried a little reverse there in the backfield, and that back to the original line of scrimmage. 48-yard line of Columbia City. It will be marked 4th down 10.
Yeah, great job by Titus Hill, the senior there for Delta, able to trip Getz up, and then that just completely slowed Getz's momentum, and just an easy tackle there for one of the other Delta defensive men.
So Kleffiger stands about his 35 to await the snap. Has it. And a nice kick. And it gets out of the way, and it's going to take a Columbia City bounce again. Better get it. Oh, jeez. Boy, That got Elf near the goal line, but nicely done by Columbia City.
What a putting performance by Garrett Kluffiger so far this game. Being able to put Delta deep in its own territory. We'll see if the Columbia City defense can do something. I mean, last drive that Delta was on the 2-yard line, they just punched it right through, quarterback sneak right up the gut.
Yeah, they did that twice.
So we'll see if Delta comes out with that same game plan here on this drive or if they decide to switch it up. Talk to you about some underwriters real quick. This game is sponsored by Regina'sWatercolor.com. Regina's Watercolor offering local handmade watercolor paints. Artist accessories are also available. Regina's Watercolor is online at Regina'sWatercolor.com. Finally, WGHS post games and highlights and schedules are on Facebook. Give us a like and a follow. You can listen online just like on the on-air broadcast. Visit WGHS915.org.
The referee's getting a drink too. No water breaks so far during the game.
Yeah, this is the first one. I mean, it's a hot night.
Well, they
thought for sure it would at least had one in the first quarter.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 1 for Delta as they are backed up against their own end zone with 8:05 to go. Second quarter, 7-0 Delta. So both teams back onto the field. And did the original quarterback come back, or we still got Stitt? Yes. Abram Stitt.
Yeah,
the other Bond got drilled.
Yeah, Bond got absolutely
wait a minute,
hammered.
Is that Bond? It looks like it. Yeah, it is. Stitt's now
Bond.
at a different position.
Yep.
So Stitt's or Bond's back at quarterback, and he tries to plow up the middle, and that's into a rugby scrum, and maybe got a yard or two. They got a couple.
Yeah, just went with the same original plan that they did when they were back deep in their own territory on the last drive. They were just able to punch it right through and gain an easy 10 yards. So
2nd and 8. Ball on the 3.
Bond jogs off the field. Looks like he's shaking up again.
So Stitt will probably come back. Well, anyway.
Yeah, it looks like Stitt will be in the quarterback position here.
So Stitt, 2nd and 8, ball on their own 3 for Delta. And Stitt's going to run, cut up field, and the Eagles knock him down quickly at the 5. So maybe 2.
Yeah, Stitt didn't really have much room there. Columbia City's defense held strong there.
3rd and 5. We could use a stop. Make them punt deep. Punt deep from the deep in their own territory. So I'm going to call it 3rd and 5 on the scoreboard, 3rd and 6 on the field, whatever the case. Under 7-4 of the second, 7-0 Delta.
And it looks like Stitt will stay on the field as quarterback.
So Stitt in the shotgun, and he's got Carpenter back there with him. Stitt comes to the near side. He's going to cut it upfield, and Eagles trip him up. That's going to be 4th and 5. 1 yard. Elston on the stop.
Elston had a pretty good game last week. So, first time calling his name. It's the second quarter, but still, hopefully we can get Elston getting some tackles here as Delta will bring on its punting unit. And they are deep in their own territory. Punter doesn't have much room there.
So gets back there along with
Fuller.
Fuller again. And I'm not sure who the punter is, but 6 on the play clock. And good snap, no pressure. Gets it out of there. Going to be a short kick. Going to be fair. Caught, dropped. But picked up by Fuller.
Good recovery there by Fuller there, though. Was able to, it's not like it really took a bad bounce anywhere. It just went straight through his arms and hit the ground, just popped straight right back up into his arm. So that's good. Good thing it didn't kick back towards where Delta was coming from.
Fuller, a 5'9 freshman, 150 pounds. So Columbia City with good field position again at their Delta 38.
5:53 left in this first half as Delta leads Columbia City 7-0.
So up to the line of scrimmage, the Columbia City Eagles dressed in the all black tonight. And Piper up under center, quickly takes the snap, comes to the near side. He's going to cut up field and run it. Nice gain there down to the 30. And 2nd and 8. Or 2nd and 2, I should say, 8-yard gain.
Yeah, good run there by Piper. Just able to turn the corner and just kind of turned on the Jets.
That he did. So that gets the Eagles right down to the 30-yard line with 5.5 to go. And they're going to take their time a little bit this time.
And it looks like Piper will be under center again with Heron on the near side.
And that's Sauers getting the handoff. Sauers going to get a first down.
Yeah, Sauers, I mean, if you ever see Ethan Sauers walking around, like his legs are tree trunks. And it's just like, I mean, he can just power himself wherever he wants to go. 1st
and 10, 26-yard line of Delta. Eagles threatening, need to get on the board here. 5 minutes straight up to go in the half, 7-0 Delta.
You know, I'm pretty sure I've seen Sauers squat well over 300 before, and that's impressive.
And I guess we're going to call time here.
Yeah, I think so. Yep, Coach Fox calling a timeout there.
4:40 to go in the half. Sean's got some underwriters.
Tonight's game feed is brought to you by Morse's Builders Mart, located at 516 East Van Buren Street in Columbia City, with locations in Huntington, Wabash, Warsaw, and Goshen. Online at morsesbuildersmart.com, serving northeastern Indiana since 1871. This broadcast is also brought to you by Bart's Car Store, selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Bart's Car Store offering test drives, cash for trade-ins, and financing options. Bart's Car Store serving Columbia City, Whitley County, and Fort Wayne.
So crowd getting riled up, cheerleaders doing their thing. Again, Greg Bold out of the lineup due to injury tonight.
I heard that was a game-time decision, Coach. So I think that just had to be Greg just unsure about if his body would hold up tonight. So
Columbia City timeout. And 1st and 10 at the Delta 26. Great field position here, threatening the red zone and hopefully the end zone.
Yeah, that's obviously the case. I mean, you're late here in the second quarter. You're wanting to put some points on the board to at least be somewhere, be at least a couple points closer to Delta, if not tied with them going into halftime.
So getting the ball spotted here.
As Piper looks like he'll be under center with Hunter Heron on the near side. He's the sole receiver.
Maybe it's time to find Heron. Piper, hands off, and Sauers, big hole, and he's going to get down inside the 20, off the right side. Hurry-up offense, it looks like, for the Eagles. And it's going to be 2nd and 3, gain of 7 for Sauers. Same formation as last time. Piper under center, hands off, and Sauers again, first down.
Looked like same exact play there from Columbia City, and if it works, do it again, right?
So they're going to move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 19 of Delta. Hurry up again. And Piper hands to Sauers. Oh, this time he gets eaten for lunch. Holy smokes. That's a loss of 2 or 3, something like that.
Braxton Russell, 5'7" sophomore there for Delta, getting the tackle, breaking through Columbia City's offensive line.
So 4-yard loss, no, 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12. Ball back at the 21 of Delta, 3:46. 7-0 Delta here late in the first half. And Piper up underneath. Piper in reverse. Barrera's got it. Sidesteps a man. Sidesteps another man. Nice move by Barrera. Shoves another man off. Barrera near the end zone. Did he fumble?
He fumbled. But Heron picked it up. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Eagles. What a move by Barrera. Shook about 3 tackles, then ended up losing the ball.
Yeah, he got down to the 1-yard line. I think it was the ground that caused that to come out, and Heron was just able to pick that thing up in the end zone.
Heron corrals the loose ball in the end zone over there, and the Eagles on the board 7-6. At the 8:34.
It's a good thing that Heron got on that ball because that was heading straight out of bounds.
So Kleffiger to add the extra point out of the hold of Piper, and good.
Game is tied 7-7 with 3:26 left in the first half.
Boy, what a deal by Heron to be alert and pick that loose ball up, as Barrera really did a nice job. It got hit at the goal line. There goes some fireworks, reminiscent of being at East Noble.
Yeah, just on that drive, great blocking by the offensive line for Columbia City. They were just able to find or make a couple holes there for Sauers, for Piper, for Barrera, and it just really worked out there. I mean, if they were having some success on the ground there, why not do that in the second half when we get the ball back?
So Columbia City ties the game at 7. It's been a good one. Stalemate, defensive stalemate early, but things have opened up a bit for both teams now. And with just 3:26 to go in the half, we have a tie ball game. Don't forget, Eagles on the road to Belmont next week. And Belmont struggling out of the gate, getting drilled by Adams Central last week by 40.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Coach, if you can't tell, tonight is Hawaiian night in the student section.
Yeah, I saw the band had whatever those, what do you call those things around your neck? Luau, hula hoop, I don't know.
The lays?
Is that what those are? Those things, those fluffy things you put around your neck?
Yeah.
That's a lay.
Yes,
okay.
I believe so. I believe that's a technical term.
Well, I don't know.
I haven't been to Hawaii, so I wouldn't exactly know.
Well, I'm sure any guess I came up with was way off the mark, and Kleffiker kicks, and we're back underway, and fielded at the 5, bobbled, picked up at the 10, 15, 20, 25. Look out, 30, 40. One blocker to beat, and Columbia City catches him at midfield.
That was Kleffiker there on the tackle.
That's 2 tackles for Kleffiker this year. He had one last week.
I was going to say, he had a big one last week.
Stitt, the returner.
I mean, Kleffiker was just able to shed a block and just wrap one arm around him and drag him down.
So they're having discussion, but apparently at midfield. So that's a big one. The referees continue to discuss something. I don't see any flag or picking it up.
Yeah, looks like, yep, picking it up.
I never saw a flag, but they're
I didn't see one thrown.
They're signaling they're picking it up. So is it at midfield? Yes. So Delta with great field position here with 3:16 to go in the half and a 7-7 tie. And now we have Bond back at quarterback, it looks like.
Yeah, he's been out 2 times with injury, so we'll see if he can hold up here.
Man goes across in motion. Bond pitches wide back. They fumble. Columbia City got it. As Backus lost it. It was either Stitt or Backus came around from the other end and dropped the ball on the pitch. Turnover.
Yeah, there was just a bit of it just seemed like a bit of a miscommunication between Stitt and Bond there as to where when Bond was where he was going to toss it, Stitt just wasn't there. Yeah, I mean, Stitt overran where he should have been.
So the Eagles back in business. It'd be nice to
have
slap one on the board now here.
Yeah, have a lead heading into halftime.
1st and 10 at the 41. Piper. And the man comes across in motion, and that's Getz. Getz looks for a block. Getz through the hole. 30, 25, in and out of traffic, 20. And they corralling from behind at the 16-yard line. 17, check that. James Getz, boy, he's got some speed.
He's got some speed, but do you know who his lead blocker there was?
I did not.
Mosier.
Mosier, well, hey, that's a good guy to get behind.
Mosier, 6'6",
following him
270.
And we have timeout. Delta.
That's a smart timeout by Delta there, but man, how about Mosier just leading the pack down the field there?
Wow, and
as he's getting some high fives from the coaching staff down there.
So timeout for Delta as the Eagles set up at the 17, 1st and 10 after the Delta turnover.
Talk to you about some underwriters real quick. Tonight's microphones are from the support of Flowtech Plumbing and Heating, serving locally for 29 years. More information is available at flowtechpnh.com. This game is also sponsored by Regina's Watercolor. Regina's Watercolor is local and offering handmade watercolor paints. Artist accessories are also available. Regina's Watercolor is online at reginaswatercolor.com. Then also a huge thank you to our shirt sponsor for tonight, Starlight Instruments, Hodges Property Management, Western's Garage, and Richmond Construction. If you or someone you know would like to be a shirt sponsor for future games, please have them contact Kelly Stetler at 260-244-6136.
Piper under center. 1st and 10 at the Delta 17, and here's Sauers diving ahead to the 11 as he got tripped up, but still got 5.
Yeah, he was airborne there. He was parallel to the ground and gained a couple more yards.
So 2nd and 5, they call it. 2:40 as the clock runs here in the second quarter late in a 7-7 game. Delta and Columbia City. Glad you're with us on WJHS tonight. Andrew Thompson, Sean Bledsoe, Jonathan Peters, Jordan Glaza, our video production radio instructor, and many others involved in this tonight. And the Eagles threatening. And Piper with Severs behind him. And Piper takes it up the middle, and he gets close to a first down.
Oh, ball's out.
Uh-oh. Fumble.
And
Ground caused it.
Ball was ruled down, yeah.
So a break there for the Eagles. So it will be 3rd and 1 at the 8.
Yeah, I was going to say, from my perspective, it looked like when Piper hit the ground, it was his arm with the ball in it. It looks like his elbow hit and just popped right out. So
Coach Fox can call another timeout, it looks like. No?
And it looks like he will. I think he's
just running the clock down here. 10 on the play clock, so inevitably a timeout as Piper kind of holds his hand.
Yeah.
He must have went down hard on that.
And it'll be a timeout for Coach Fox with 1:27 left in this first half. Talk to you about some more underwriters real quick. Tonight's game feed is brought to you by Morse's Builders Mart, located at 516 East Van Buren Street in Columbia City, with locations in Huntington, Wabash, Warsaw, and Goshen. Online at morsesbuildersmart.com, serving northeastern Indiana since 1871. This broadcast is also brought to you by Bart's Car Store, selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Bart's Car Store offers test drives, cash for trade-ins, and financing options. Bart's Car Store, serving Columbia City, Whitley County, and Fort Wayne. WJHS post-game and highlights are on Facebook. Give us a like and a follow, and you can listen online just like the on-air broadcast. Just visit WJHS915.org.
All right. So 1:27 to go in the half. Columbia City 3rd and 1 at the Delta 8. And
it looks like 3rd and inches here as the first down marker is right on the 8-yard line. It looks like we're just shy of it. So,
okay, well, here we go.
Got a full house in the backfield.
We saw that one time last week. So Piper under center. And that gets stifled. Loss on the play. Big hit and big tackle by Wallace.
As Severs is slow to get up there. He got his world rocked there.
And that's a loss of 3.
As
Kleffiker comes on.
Yeah.
Piper's still holding his. Well, he's out there to do the holding. For Kleffiker, 2nd attempt of the night. So we're under a minute. So here we go. Snap, set, and Kleffiker right through the uprights. So 9-13, check that 10-13 gone in. Actually it'd be 11-13.
Yeah.
11-13 gone in the second, and it's a Kleffiker field goal. Did you get the yardage on that? I didn't.
28-yarder.
Thanks, Hoppy. 28-yard field goal puts the Eagles up for the first time tonight. The Columbia City Eagles up for the first time tonight, 10-7. So the Eagles with 10 unanswered after Delta came out and got the first score of the game. No scoring in the first. So we were. So we may see a squib here, squib kick.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a squib kick just to be able to run some clock down. I guess the one thing here is just making sure that we can actually break a couple tackles and get a tackle, deep there in Delta territory, because they gave us a bit of a scare there on the last kickoff.
Yeah, got back to midfield. So the Eagles need to shut things down here and go to the locker room, get some rest, and come back out, and they receive the second half kickoff.
And it looks
like
Backus and Stitt are back deep to receive for Delta.
Stitt had the 50-yard, or roughly about 45-yard return last time around. So Kleffiker has it teed up at the 40, kicking towards the south end. Virtually no wind, and Kleffiker, a little floater, a little pooch comes dead at the 25, and it is covered by Renbarger. So it will be 1st and 10 at the 23. And with 45 seconds and they got one timeout, 2 timeouts?
I think they have 2. I think they only burned 1.
We do have timeout left. I didn't know. Well, I see TOL up there, but I can't see the. Maybe they don't have it on. The number isn't on, is it? No. But they did at least. They took at least 1.
Yeah,
well,
they for sure took 1.
Stitt at quarterback, and they have 3 receivers.
And the penalty marker flies.
And
no.
Encroachment lined up in the neutral. Actually,
no.
Lined up in the neutral zone.
Was that a false start or was it encroachment? I couldn't tell. Encroached, yeah.
So that backs them up to the 19, 1st and 15, 44 seconds to go in the half.
And our student section is making sure to let Delta know you can't do that.
So Stitt in the shotgun. And fakes the handoff. He takes it to the right side. Got a couple blocks and near a first down. Going to be short. Yes. So they're going to have to hurry.
Stitt can turn on the burners like it's nothing. I mean, he can just plow through a lot of defensive men. I mean, he just did right there. So
2nd and a short one, 25 seconds, and they get the first down. This will stop the clock.
I think that was Carpenter on the carry there for Delta.
Freshman, Carpenter. So 20 seconds, they'll set the chains, and they roll the clock. So they're out their own 37, down to 15. Stitt gets his receivers in place, down to 12. And Stitt fakes, takes, runs, and up the middle, broken tackle. First down across midfield. 2 seconds,
and it looks like ball came out, maybe a Columbia City ball. I mean, all the Columbia City guys are pointing towards
1 point. Columbia City ball.
Yeah, it is Columbia City ball.
Wow.
With 1.6 seconds left.
Wow, 11:58 in. We have a fumble by Delta.
That's the 3rd turnover for Delta tonight.
Yep. So we have 1.6 with which to work, and probably will take a knee and happily go to the locker room.
I would think that we would just take a knee here and just go into the locker room happy. Got a 3-point lead against the 8th-ranked team in 4A.
And that's what will happen. Piper takes the knee. And the siren. End of the first half of play. It's been a good one. Columbia City 10, Delta 7. So don't forget we got Hall of Fame recognition coming up. I see several of them down there on the field. Bill Schwartz in the background, our 60-year record holder in boys basketball until Mitch Wilson. He's down there. Megan Shoemaker-Hogue is down there. Looks like veteran wrestling coach Randy Kirby is here. Among others, I'll try to bring those up again. There were only 2 that apparently weren't going to make it. And we'll be ready to go. And so we'll get the field clear to the officials of that. We'll pick up on the first Hall of Fame class that was actually last year.
See if we can get some halftime scores from some other games in the area.
So we'll see when this is going to get going here.
Got an update on Carroll's game tonight against Snyder. They lead, the Chargers lead 20-14 at the half. And it looks like Carroll will receive the second half kickoff. Let's see if Homestead. Yeah, Homestead's got something posted. They are leading over Concordia 35-7 with 10:41 left in the second quarter. That was posted just recently.
So waiting the Hall of Fame to get going here. And our new class will be inducted during the basketball season as we'll have 5 new ones this year. We've got 10 in the initial year, which was last year, but again, they weren't recognized due to all the restrictions. And we're waiting on here, but we'll get her going sooner or later here.
I know DeKalb's playing Garrett tonight, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not finding a score for that game.
Battle of DeKalb County. So this is a longer halftime. We'll get the band ready to go down there. We're waiting on the Hall of Fame festivities. And the crowd up stretching. Big crowd, as we talked about earlier. Delta staying outside for their halftime deal. They're not even going in there. You'd think it'd be air conditioned. Well, maybe they don't want to go in and cool off, I guess. Being it's hot.
Norwell is playing Heritage tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a score on that game.
So again, we're waiting for something here. Not necessarily sure what, but several cheer camps, girls down there, future cheerleaders perhaps. Coach Curry in the cheer camp. So we got several young would-be cheerleaders down there.
Leo is playing Angola tonight. They lead 43-3 at half.
Leo's the real deal again. Well, they're doing a cheer. Maybe that's what they're waiting on.
Beautiful sunset tonight, though.
Mm-hmm.
See some big clouds.
So that's what we're waiting on or whatever, but 10-7 our score at half in favor of Columbia City over Delta. I think they were waiting for the cheer thing to get over with. Now they're calling the inductees out. Looks like that might be Todd Deitch in place of his son Brian. That might be Brian. I don't know. Is it Todd? Accepting for Brian. Well, Brian's out in Colorado, I think, or something of that sort. But the Hall of Fame class coming out. Our first.
And this time we want to introduce the inaugural Hall of Fame class for the Columbia City Hall of Fame. Welcome back. We're going to start number 1, Brian Deitch. Accepting this honor on his behalf is his father, Todd Deitch.
Todd Deitch accepting for Brian. Brian, a member of the class of 2006.
CCHS graduate who led the wrestling team to 3 state Final Four appearances.
Back when we had the team state. I was there for
that.
that.
Brian was a 4-time state qualifier.
Jeez, 4-time state qualifier.
He wrestled for the championship in his weight class, lost to Paul Young from Evansville Modern Day in the championship under the lights at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. There's the stats. So we'll kind of pick up on both things here. And Brian Deitch, the first inductee. And next up, Abe DeVol, and that's going to be some of his relatives.
That's a long time coaching. 26 to 23, geez. 11 sectionals, 2 regionals.
And obviously, DeVol Field named after Abe DeVol.
Abe also coached the football team from 1926 to 1939.
Hey, coach both basketball and football. That's a coaching career for you.
Along with his duties as coach, Abe served
So if this is going out over air well enough or not.
Should I just put the mic by Hoppy too? Get 2 microphones?
I don't know, it might work. Might. Go ahead and lean over there.
A 1995 CCHS graduate where she competed in golf. She was a 3-time state qualifier, finishing 5th as a junior, 6th as a senior, and state runner-up as a sophomore. She was a 3-time first-team All-State, 4-time conference champion, 3-time sectional champion, and 2-time regional champion. Megan still holds the records for best 9-hole match score, best 9-hole round in an 18-hole match, best 18-hole tournament score. After high school, Megan attended Michigan State University, where she was a 3-time letter winner for the Spartans. Hall of Famer Megan Hogue Shoemaker. Our next Hall of Famer is Randy Kirby, former wrestling coach from 1998 to 2008. He led the Eagles to 172 total wins. His team won 8 sectionals, 6 regionals, and 3 semi-states. He also coached individuals to 25 conference titles, 57 sectional titles, 30 regional titles, and 7 semi-state titles. Under Coach Kirby, the wrestling team advanced to the Final Four in 3 straight seasons from 2004 to 2006. In 2015, Coach Randy Kirby was inducted into the Indiana High School Wrestling Coaches Association Hall of Fame. Hall of Famer Randy Kirby. Our next Hall of Famer is Wayne Krieger, former girls basketball coach from 1977 to 2010. He led the Lady Eagles to 520 total wins. His team won 17 sectionals, 8 regionals, 1 semi-state, and 1 state runner-up finish. Coach Krieger remains the winningest coach from Columbia City's girls basketball and the 5th winningest coach in Indiana history. In 2006, Coach Wayne Krieger was inducted into the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Hall of Famer Wayne Krieger. Our next Hall of Famer is Constance Myers-Klein, 2000 CCHS graduate, multiple sport athlete with 11 varsity letters in basketball, volleyball, and softball. She started every basketball game of her high school career until the 3A state championship game her senior year, where she tore her ACL in the semi-state championship game. Although injured, she competed in her final career game as the heart and soul of the Lady Eagle basketball team. She still holds the record for the girls' all-time leading scorer with 1,629 career points. She also holds the record for most points in a season, most points in a game, most free throws made in the game, most rebounds in the game. In 1999, Indiana Junior All-Star on the girls' core team, and 2000 Girls 21 Live Player of the Year. 4-time first team All-Conference NHC. All-State Honorable Mention senior year. After high school, Connie attended Northern Kentucky University, where she led the team to the 2003 NCAA Division II National Championship game. Hall of Famer Connie Myers-Klein. Our next Hall of Famer is Deb Sauers Johnson. In 1988, CCHS graduate, where she participated in cross country, basketball, track and field. In cross country, Deb was a 4-time state qualifier, a 3-time first team All-State, finishing as high as 4th at the IHSAA state cross country meet. In track and field, Deb was a 6-time state qualifier. During her junior year, she was a state champion in both the 100-meter hurdles and the 300-meter hurdles. During her senior year, Deb finished as state runner-up in those same events. She still holds the school records for the 400-meter dash, the 300-meter hurdles, the 400-meter relay. She also held the state record for the 300-meter hurdles for 24 years. After high school, Deb attended Indiana University, where she ran cross-country and track and field. Deb was a 4-year letter winner for the Hoosiers and still holds the top 5 time in the 400-meter hurdles. In 2000, Deb was inducted into the Indiana Association of Track and Cross Country Coaches Hall of Fame. Hall of Famer, Deb Sauers Johnson. Our next Hall of Famer is Bill Schwartz, 1960 CCHS graduate, where he participated in football, basketball, and cross country, and track and field. Bill was the all-time leading scorer in boys basketball from 1960 until 2020, and currently sits at number 2 on the CCHS all-time scoring list. Bill still holds basketball records in the following categories: career scoring average, career field goals made, points in the season, field goals made in the season, field goals made in a single game, and most points in a single game. Bill was a 4-time basketball all-conference recipient and guided the Eagles to 2 basketball sectional titles. Bill also was a recipient of the prestigious CCHS Honor Blanket and was named MVP of the 1960 Indiana-Ohio All-Star Game. After graduation, Bill attended Michigan State University on a basketball scholarship and earned an honorable mention all Big Ten honors, along with receiving the Sportsmanship Award during his junior season. Hall of Famer Bill Schwartz. Unable to be in attendance tonight were Hall of Famers Leah Eber and Mike Shoemaker. Let's give another big round of applause to our initial Hall of Fame 10 class of CCHS.
All right, so there you have it, the inductees, and there were 10 in the first year. Will be 5 this school year, which the voting has been done on that, but that will be announced in a basketball season. Well, we have some statistics here, and we'll see what we have, Sean, here. Columbia City, 72 total yards on 25 plays. Delta, 146 yards on 27 plays, so both teams about equal on the number of plays. Delta averaged 5.4 yards per play. Columbia City 2.9. Now here's an interesting stat. Well, we were talking about passing. Columbia City 0 of 2 on the evening, no passing yards. Delta 3 of 4 for 48 yards, no interceptions. Rushing, Delta 98 yards on 23 carries. Columbia City 72 yards on 23 carries, averaging 3.1. I'll let you. Okay.
That's me.
Wasn't sure what I
You
was
weren't sure
hearing.
if you were turned off.
I thought I was off, but I think I know that hearing myself. Anyway, one of those days. So at any rate, receiving 48 yards on 3 completions for Delta. That's 16 yards per. Penalties, Delta flagged 3 times for 15 yards. Columbia City flagged 1 for 10. 3 Delta turnovers, as Sean talked about earlier. 3 fumbles, 3 lost fumbles. Columbia City had a fumble but recovered. Punting, 3 punts for Delta, 35.3 yards on average. Kleffiker punted 3 times for Columbia City, 48.3 yards per punt. Defensive sacks, we sacked Delta 1 time for a loss of 3. Time of possession, 13 minutes, 56 seconds for the Delta Eagles, 9 minutes, 54 seconds for the Columbia City Eagles. First down, 6 for Delta, 5 for Columbia City. First downs on the ground, 5 for Columbia City, 4 for Delta. First downs passing, Delta 2, Columbia City, nothing doing there. First downs via the penalty, neither way, nothing. Third down, 2 of 6 for Delta, 33% there. And Columbia City 0 of 5 on third down. 1 of 1 on fourth down was Delta. Colton Piper 0 of 2 on the evening. The quarterback line, and they had several quarterbacks, or they had Stitt and Bond. Yeah. Anyway, don't have these designated on the thing, but they were 3 of 4, 48 yards, and they give those passing yards to Bond. So Stitt, no passing. Rushing, Delta. Stitt carried the ball, 7 times, 65 yards, and the Delta touchdown. And then number 1, Backus, 2 carries, 17 yards. And looking on down the way here, we need some light in here. Got some light. There we go. As looking on down the way, thank you, sir. Cameron Wilson, 5 carries, 8 yards. And a carry for Dylan Maynor. Check that, 7 carries for 4 yards. And then 2 carries for Nolan Carpenter for 4 yards. For Columbia City on the rushing side of things, James Getz, 4 carries, 45 yards, averaging 11.3 per carry there. Ethan Sievers, a workman-like, 8 carries for 22 yards. Abe Barrera, 5 carries for 5 yards. And Colton Piper, 4 carries for a yard. Receiving, Delta had, Jones, 1 reception, 27 yards. Elliott, 1 reception, 11 yards. And Stitt, 1 reception, 10 yards. And nothing doing for Columbia City receiving-wise. Tackles real quick, Carnahan, 3.5. Arntz and Moore, 3. 2.5 each out of Moley and Elston. 2 for Brody Barker. And Kleffiker with a tackle. Christian, Ewer, Chacon, and Clayton Scott, Hunter Heron on the tackling thing, or tackling stats, I should say. Scoring looked like this. 123 into the second. Stitt ran it in for 28 yards out for a Delta touchdown. The point after by, if I can, Griffs, there we go, thank you. Griffs made the PAT 7-0 Delta, and then Columbia City comes back at the 8:34 marker as Abe Barrera runs to the Eagle 1 for 15 yards, fumbled, but it was recovered in the end zone by Hunter Heron, and Barrera made some unbelievable moves to get there as he shed several blockers. The point after by Kleffiker was good after the fumble recovery, and it was 7-7. Then the Eagles go all the way down to the 11-13 mark, and after another Delta turnover, they took advantage. A 28-yard field goal by Garrett Kleffiker was good, and that makes it 10-7 at the intermission. And Kleffiker hit 1 of 2 in the half, so that's where we are at the intermission here at Columbia City High School. Thank you to Trevor Stetzel on stats. I don't know who his compadre is up there, but
maybe Warner.
I don't know.
Is Warner up there?
I don't know who's Kissinger.
Kissinger's just singing here on the side.
Oh, he's singing. I thought he had vital information.
No,
over
he's
here.
not. He's singing.
What is that?
He's having a concert.
What's that? Lip syncing? Is that what you call that?
That's exactly what it's called, Coach.
Right.
But
so I thought.
Hey, Kissinger, go out there and de-ice my window.
Yeah, the windows are starting to fog up here. What's going on?
It's ice.
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 It's not even October yet. Hey, we got a fly in here, but we got ice up on the top. This is what's going on here. We need some defogging. Hoppy's going to open the window. So anyway.
Oh, it feels nice. The breeze feels nice.
I think I was getting rather chilly in here with the air conditioning.
Really? I mean, it's better than being sitting in 90 degrees and sweating your bullets.
But Delta back onto the field as they come on from the far side. And what a ball game this has been. Both teams a little bit sluggish to start on offense, but both came alive. And good to see the food tents up. The various athletic teams, boosters are selling a lot of stuff down there, I'm sure.
I think the girls' soccer got the elephant ears going again this year. Those are good, Coach.
Yeah, we don't. I didn't get a chance to visit the food court, but we did have some pizza up here in the press box.
Yeah, we did from the new pizza place.
Company. Koreshi runs that deal. Columbia City Pizza Company, as I look at the ad there on the box. They sponsored the pizza up here tonight, so had some of that before.
Yeah.
As the Eagles parade by the home fans here down to the far gate.
Man, that is weird. I mean, you look up and you're seeing ice, Coach.
I never noticed that.
I don't know. It's 80 degrees outside, and we're having ice on our windows.
The humidity or something in the air conditioning combination of that has formed ice. So.
I think Kissinger needs to start scraping here like you do in the winter.
Yeah, step out. Yeah, it's a steep drop. So as we see the coaching box over there. There's McClure on the scene. So the Eagles run onto the field. And they'll go through. We'll probably have the 3-minute warm-up period, I would think, again. Week 2 of high school football. Eagles on the road the next 2 to open up Northeast 8 action. At Belmont next week, at Huntington North the following week, and then DeKalb will be here on the 17th of September, and that would be homecoming.
I am glad that we are not going to be in a 40-foot band tower for that game, Coach.
No.
We were freezing our butts off that game.
Yep.
I mean, I think I had like 3 layers on. I think you had 4. You were, and we were doing it on the phone too because the tie line wouldn't connect, so we had to do that off the phone, and that was quite the game to be calling as Kissinger's still singing in the background. He's having a good time.
So there goes the buzzer and the 3-minute warm-up, I should say, the siren.
His Hoppy's using a light here to melt the ice.
It's a defrost city with Mike Hoppy. You better get your video out. This will be good. But
it's all right. I see him every Tuesday and Thursday morning when he's playing golf. So I'll make sure to remind him of that.
So it is rather foggy up on those upper tiers. And you got a little fog over here. I've got a clear. I don't know what my deal is. I've got a clear window, but I must be doing something right. You guys are, I don't know what you guys are doing, but.
You saying we're doing something wrong?
I don't know. Frost on the windows. We got condensation. We got it all up here. So Coach Kissinger and I have clear windows, so
yeah,
we're living right.
Yeah, but Kissinger's probably got at least 30 people looking at him as he's dancing here in the press box.
Nah, they're all focused on the field. So
no, I'm pretty sure that's not what the people want there, Kissinger.
So closing in on second half action here. And we'll have
have a medical situation in the stands?
Apparently.
Medic to the bleachers below the press box. Medic, please. The bleachers below the press box. All right.
So that'll see what happens somewhere down there having an issue. There's somebody coming up, but
it's right down over here. Yeah, down to our right.
So that both teams have reported to their benches.
I see Coach Bell coming up the stands too.
Hey, can you wipe my window off?
Oh, Hoppy.
Hoppy's asking Bolt.
Here first, yeah. I can go.
He's got windshield wipers.
There it goes. Bolt's doing a nice job. He's got the window clean.
You need the taller Bolt?
You better buy him pizza, Hoppy.
We don't need to buy him pizza. We got pizza right behind us. He's got breadsticks.
Who's going to give him a breadstick?
Oh, the comedy we get in the press box here.
So we've got second half action coming up soon. Visiting announcer lamenting the ice on the So Columbia City will receive as we get underway. Coach Richmond on the scene. So that was a little bit of a lengthy halftime with the Hall of Fame. And I think we got everybody set up and ready to go.
As it looks like it'll be Fuller and
Probably Getz, isn't it?
no, it's not Getz.
Well, we've got three of them anyway, so
It looks like a double digit.
our numbers aren't exactly easy to see down there either.
No, we don't have binoculars either.
So there's a good kick. Going to be fielded at the 11, 20. A big hit. Shakes the tackle across the 25 to the 26. Fuller out to the 26 for the Eagles, leading 10-7.
Good 15-yard return there.
He took a big hit to boot, so Columbia City ready to go.
We'll see how we come out at halftime. I mean, obviously you're
Fired up.
You're fired up. You're up 3 against the number 8 team in the 4-8 state rankings, and got to be excited. But still have another 24 minutes of ball left to play. So we'll see how Columbia City comes out here.
So Piper, and he took a couple shots in the first half, but he's nowhere to wear. Hands off, and
Severs there on the carry.
He's had a workmanlike night. He's got a couple. 2nd and 8.
It looks like Piper will be jogging back to the huddle.
2nd and 8. Columbia City at their own 29.
Piper will be under center with Heron on the far side. He's the sole receiver.
It's set, and there's movement, and that's on, I think, Barrera.
No,
wait, he was in motion. That's on, yeah, it's going to be.
Hunter Wallace there.
And they're going to get Delta.
Yep.
So that'll help the Eagles be 2nd down 3.
take it down from down to 2nd and 3.
All right, to roll the clock. 42 seconds gone. Third quarter, and second man through's got it. And first down and then some.
That's Barrera.
Barrera gets loose for 8 yards. Out to the 44.
Big run there for Barrera. Shook a couple tackles, was able to tiptoe his way down the left side of the field there. Pick up a first down for the Eagles and moving the chains.
So the Eagles back in the huddle here. Minute gone now. 10-7 Columbia City. It's been a good football game. 1 turnover by Columbia City, or no, 3 turnovers by Delta. And that one looked a little jumbled, but it's a big gain. And, broken tackle midfield out across the 45.
That's Getz.
Getz is drugged down. That's going to be a gain of 13.
He has had a big game tonight. I mean, we saw it last week, Getz. I mean, he turned on the Jets on the return team, but, man, we're seeing it again this week, but in the running back position. This is awesome to watch. I mean, how many yards did he average per carry in the first half?
I don't recall.
It had to be in the double digits.
And
that's just padding the stats even more.
Pad those stats. So Columbia City in business, 1st and 10 at the Delta 44. And Piper up under center, movement again, but nothing doing. And Piper keeps it. He's on the hot seat here, and he gets eaten for lunch there. Going to gain maybe a yard.
Or get back to the original line of scrimmage. It looked like he.
Yep.
It looks like original line of scrimmage.
So 2nd 10. 2 minutes gone here in the third. 10-7 Columbia City over Delta in a battle of the Eagles for the 2nd consecutive week. Columbia City victorious 26-7 over the Cherubusco Eagles a week ago.
I was going to say, we've had 2 Eagle Bowls.
Yep.
Back-to-back weeks.
Piper filling in for the veteran Greg Bolt tonight. And Barrera has it. Barrera shakes a couple tackles, going to get maybe a yard or 2. So 3rd down, 8.
I feel like if Barrera would have made one more cut out to the outside, he would have been able to have the edge and just at least pick up the first down there. But, I mean, he probably maybe might have saw one of the linebackers there that I wasn't able to see. But
Columbia City, nice little drive going so far.
Piper will be under center with Hunter Heron on the near side, the sole receiver again.
And Piper takes it, fakes, and he's rolling, fires, and that's over.
Shear's head.
Shear's head incomplete. Delta lobbying for a penalty, but wanted offensive interference, but nothing doing there. So 4th down, 9. So Kleffiker to kick.
That was only our 3rd pass attempt of the game, Coach.
We have made our hay on the ground tonight. Jillian Jones back at the 5-yard line. Kleffiker to kick. 9:01 to go in the 3rd. Kleffiker. And it bounces and we let it go in the end zone.
No, we didn't. We saved it.
Touchback.
Touchback. Oh, that would have been awesome. That if we were able to save that, that would have been amazing.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20. Touchback as Columbia City flirted with the goal line.
See,
there.
that's just a tough thing to do, to be able to keep her body out from touching the end zone and making sure that you don't touch it until after you're able to scoop the ball out. It's a tough thing to do.
So 1st and 10 Delta. 8:50 to go in the 3rd. Columbia City by 3. They hand off into the crowd, and Columbia City all over that. Gain of 2. Stitt. Was he the ball carrier? No. Not sure who.
Ryan Elston there on the tackle.
All right. Carpenter, he's saying back here. So 2nd and 8, ball on the Delta 22. And in the shotgun. And we're back to Bond. Bond, quick pass to the sides, got a man caught. That's by Backus, and he's shut down after maybe 2 yards. Moley with a stop for Columbia City. And it's going to be, 3rd and 6.
I think I just found you a light source maybe, Coach.
No, that's holding his play
that's
card
holding
up.
okay.
All right. So Bond again out of the shotgun, takes the snap, rolls to the near side on the move. Eagles chasing him. Look out. Oh, they can't get him. And he throws it away into the Eagle bench.
And Fox is looking for something intentional grounding.
So Fox really gone bananas. But
I mean, the nearest receiver was about 10 yards upfield, and looks like the Stripes are discussing it here on the near side. And Fox is really wanting this penalty.
So they're going to discuss this.
And, yep, it looks like they're going to throw it. Intentional grounding.
So this will get the Delta bench. I'm sure they'll not be too pleased. Coach Fox all over the official and got the call.
Yeah, I mean, Fox was standing at about the 45-yard line, and the play was all the way back by the 30. He ran up from where he was to make sure that penalty flag was thrown.
So now it's going to be 4th and 11 maybe? Or down remains the same.
And they'll back him up to about the 14-yard line.
14, no, they're going to, yep. So in loss of down, intentional grounding. So 4th and a bunch, 16. So the punter on. So we've got Fuller and Getz. A couple of speedsters standing in midfield, and the kicker, Stitt. I think that's Stitt.
No, I think it's Backus.
Was it Backus doing the kicking? And low liner, and going to be fielded on the fly by Fuller and into immediate traffic, but gains about 3-4 yards before he gets drilled. But
got down to the 36.
Good field position for the Eagles again. So Hill, the tackle.
As Piper will jog onto the field and go into the huddle.
Well, the Eagles in a good position here. Leading 10-7, and the ball in Delta territory at the 36.
As Piper will be under center.
Same formation. We've been using that a lot. Going to the well, and second man through. Getz has it, and he struggles ahead across the 40 to 39. Or check that, across the 35 to the 34. So it's going to be a gain of 1.
Yeah, they marked him a bit short.
2nd and 9, they call it.
Piper takes his orders back to the huddle.
So Columbia City taking their time now.
7:03 left in this third quarter. Columbia City leads over Delta 10-7.
And Piper up under center. Man comes across in motion, and the second man through's got a big hole up across the 30, 25, 20.
That's
tripped
Getz.
up at the 15, James Getz.
Oh, my goodness.
Big gain.
I'll tell you what. This boy's fun to watch this year, but wait, next couple years, he is going to be an absolute animal.
20 yards by Getz.
Man.
Ball to 15.
He could turn on the Jets, yeah. I mean, he can go from 10 to 20 like it's nothing.
So 6:30 to go in the third. And here's Piper. Hands off, and Severs for a yard as he gets wrapped up. So that's Russell, the tackle for Delta. The 8th-ranked Delta Eagles in 4A in the Associated Press poll. Eagles did get a couple of votes, or Columbia City Eagles did. So halfway through the third already, Columbia City with a 3-point lead, threatening at the 19. Or check that, the 14 with 2nd and 9. Piper fumbled it. Look out! He got it back. Holy crow!
I think that's twice tonight that Piper has fumbled the snap, and it's been kind of mishandled. But I'm not quite sure if that's on his end, if that's on the center's end, or it's just both, just a bit of a miscommunication. But yeah, we just got to make sure that that's a clean handoff straight to Piper, because if that goes awry, then so many bad things can happen, turnover, and then could be worse. Give Delta even better field position if they're able to pick it up and run the other way.
So 3rd and 11, loss of 2 on that. 5:10 to go. Piper takes this one and hands off, and there's Getz. Getz spins to the 10-yard line. Going to be short, but did get 6 yards.
That's going to be an interesting stat to look at by the end of the night, coaches. See how many yards James Getz has.
Fourth down.
He has been obviously we've had Pereira, we've had Severs, but he looks like the main guy right now to go to.
So 4:40, the clock runs. We're going for it. 4th and 6. And now we're going to call timeout, or we're going to try to shift the play perhaps. We're going to go down and kick a field goal.
Play clock down to 3.
And Fox calls time.
Yep.
4:22 to go in the third. And will we bring on the field goal unit? Kleffiker is coming on.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I mean, that's a tough decision. I mean, you're deep in Delta territory, and you have an opportunity to score. You just want to make sure they at least get some points on the board.
Yeah, 4th and 6. The way we've been running it.
You would think that we'd be able to hand it off to Getz and maybe punch into the end zone, but you take you're kind of taking a gamble there. Do you try to get the first down, or do you just take the points and go?
So, Columbia City timeout. Underwriters are as follows from Mr. Bledsoe.
Tonight's game feed is brought to you by Morse's Builders Mart, located at 516 East Van Buren Street in Columbia City, with locations in Huntington, Wabash, Warsaw, and Goshen. Online at morsesbuildersmart.com, serving northeastern Indiana since 1871. This broadcast is also brought to you by Bart's Car Store, selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Bart's Car Store is offering test drives, cash for trade-ins, and financing options. Bart's Car Store, serving Columbia City, Whitley County, and Fort Wayne.
So 4:22 to go in the third, and we're ready to go. Looks like Garrett Kleffiker will kick.
Looks
32 yards, 33 yards. No.
28.
And bobbled snap, but still. Oh, hit the crossbar. As it was a bobbled snap. And he still got it off and had good leg on it, but it hit the crossbar. So Kleffiker 1 for 3 tonight. And the Eagles come up empty. 10-7 with 4:16 to go in the third. Delta back to offense. Wow.
Yeah, you said ball was snap, but I don't think the placement was good either. I don't think that was I'm not sure that if he didn't get laces around to the front or if the ball was just leaned one way or another. But Delta's taken over from their own 20.
So here we go, Bond under center. Couple of receivers the other way. And hands off, and Bond, the ball carrier, gets a couple. Check that. That was Carpenter.
Yeah, there's just a big pile of black jerseys there on top of it.
2nd and 8, 2 yards for Carpenter. Under 4 for the third quarter. 10-7 Columbia City over Delta.
Bond under center.
And Bond. And he's coming to the near side on sweep. The Eagles have that shut down. And they get him at the 15. That's going to be a loss of 5.
Yeah, great.
16.
Who's there?
Several Eagles.
Several Eagles are there, but it looked like a majority of our linebacker core.
Yes, Elston was over there, among others.
As you can hear the crowd cheering for Elston there.
So 3rd and 13, 3:15 to go. Good opportunity here maybe to stop Delta for Columbia City.
As it looks like Bond will be in the gun with one receiver to the far side, one to the near, and then a running back lined up right beside him.
And he takes it to the far side, hurls it deep, a wobbler. Caught.
And they're going to call that a catch.
They are. Columbia City argued that it was incomplete, but that's a first down. So a 13-yard pickup on 3rd and 13. That's a big one there. Not sure who the receiver was, but
it was. It was a good throw by Bond. It was away from his receiver to where one of our defenders could not get it. And, I mean, from there on, it was just a toe tap for him.
So Bond looking for the snap. Has it. Fakes, and the Eagles wrap this up. Big gang tackle by several.
Riley Tucker there on the tackle. The 6'1", 285-pound junior.
So 2nd and 10, no gain. Well, they may have given him a half a yard, but at any rate, 2:15 to go in the third. Clock rolling, 10-7, Columbia City over Delta. So it's become a heck of a battle here tonight.
Bond's in the gun, one receiver to the far side, one to the near.
So, bobbled! He picks it up, runs with it, and the Eagles got him.
Yeah, Tucker wrapped him up there at the line of scrimmage.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 9. He got back to the line of scrimmage. Yep. A lot of bobbles tonight by both teams from center a couple times.
Mainly Delta, though. I mean, we talked about they had 3 fumbles.
Sweaty night.
In the first half, and that was nearly a 4th.
So they've got plenty of time on the play clock, and
nearing a minute and a half in the third quarter.
It's been a quick one. And Bond in the shotgun this time, takes the snap, looking, and Eagles get him! Sack!
Is that Ian Clifford there on
I
the
think
tackle?
so, yes.
Yeah, Clifford coming up big.
He's celebrating. All right, 4th and a bunch for the Delta Eagles. Here comes the punting unit. 4th and 17. The clock ticks down to 1:05 to go in the third. Still 10-7. Columbia City gets and Fuller. This could be exciting with those two.
Oh yeah, if it goes to Getz, I mean you just gotta be able to tackle his legs. You can't go for the body. You got to go for the legs.
And here's the kick from about the 12. Punt. And it's going to be filled up by Fuller. Fuller has it, and Fuller tripped up. No, he hits his own man and falls down.
I think he ran into Elston there.
And that would tend to put one on the ground after running into him. So 1st and 10, Columbia City at
Columbia City's own 44.
44. And 36 seconds remain. And we can let the clock run if we want and just expire the quarter because we're under 40. Maybe we'll go to it. Then we're going up to the line of scrimmage, so we're going to do something.
Yep.
So 1st and 10 at their own 44. Eagles towards the south goal now. And coming wide, gets, and that's going loss. So they corralled that.
Wyatt Bilby, the 6'1" senior there on the tackle for Delta.
So line of scrimmage is all they can muster. 2nd and 10 from the 44. And now we'll probably milk the rest of the time out here in the third. And it has been quite a Donnybrook tonight.
It's been a quick-moving game.
Yep.
It's been
other than halftime.
I mean, you talk about. We had a late game start just because of the drive that Delta has to make all the way up here. But yeah, I mean that's a quick-moving game. I mean it's only 9-11, so I mean we've had later games starting at 7 o'clock, Coach.
Indeed.
Talk to you about some underwriters real quick. Tonight's microphones are from the support of Flowtech Plumbing and Heating, serving locally for 29 years. More information is available at flowtechpnh.com. This game is also sponsored by Regina's Watercolor. Regina's Watercolor offering local handmade watercolor paints. Artist accessories are also available. Regina's Watercolor is online at reginaswatercolor.com. WJHS postgame highlights and schedules are on Facebook. Give us a like and a follow. You can listen online just like the on-air broadcast. Just visit WJHS915.org. Then also a huge thank you to our shirt sponsors for tonight. Starlight Instruments, Hodges Property Management, Western's Garage, and Richmond Construction. If you or someone would like to be a shirt sponsor for future games, please have them contact Kelly Stetler at 260-244-6136.
So fourth quarter about to commence here. Andrew Thompson, Sean Bledsoe here at Columbia City High School. Columbia City with the ball at their own 44. 2nd and 10, and that's going nowhere. Oh, my. Delta was all over that.
Yeah, they had about 3 jerseys wrapping up Herrera there right at around 40.
Loss of 1. So at the 43, it will be 3rd down, 11. So the Eagles need a big play here on 3rd and 11.
May be able to see if Piper can throw one to Heron, as it looks like Heron will line up on the far side. And
we have not called Heron's name tonight.
No, we haven't really called it at all.
Piper on the run, look out under the hot seat, and that's it. Oh my, he gets smoked at the 30. So that is a big, big loss. So that's going to be 4th down and 31-yard line. That's going to be 4th and
a lot. As Kluffiker will go back to our own 4th and 24, the official call there from my copy. As Kluffiker is standing on his own, 16, 17-yard line.
And the return man stands about the 26. And Kluffiker, Stitt got in there and almost blocked it. And he catches it. Didn't fair catch and makes a couple of moves, and the Eagles stifle that at the 32. So good coverage by the Eagle special teams there.
Looked like Clayton Scott there on the tackle.
Eagles coverage been pretty good all night long. Really.
It has. I mean, we've called Clayton Scott's name a couple of times on the punt return or on the punting unit team.
So 10-7. This has been quite a game. Minute and a half gone in the 4th. So we're getting everybody situated here. Eagles still making substitutions.
And they're still not sure if somebody should be on the field or not.
So they get everybody. Now they're going to start the play clock. Well, they already started it.
Bond will be in the gun with Carpenter in the backfield with them.
And they're checking their play cards. 10:29 to go in the ball game. Bond takes the snap and going to run with it. Has an option, and he pitches it late, and the Eagles stifle that. Loss of a yard at least.
Looked like he dragged him down at the 30. Maybe a 2-yard loss.
1 or 2 yards on the play.
Okay, well.
No.
So I'm going to call it 2nd and 11, I guess.
Say they got forward progress there.
31-yard line.
2nd 11 from the 31-yard line of the Delta Eagles.
10 minutes straight up to go. And they've got the 2 receivers this way this time and 1 to the other side, far side. Bond takes the snap. He's rolling. Coming to the near side, running out of real estate, and throws it into the bench. He's out of bounds.
He's out of bounds. I mean, he's probably pretty happy that he was able to throw that one out of bounds.
Being chased.
He was being chased, and if that was intentional grounding, that's sending them back even further.
So he lost 4 yards. 3rd and 15. Ball on the 26. Clock stop with 9:43 to go in the ball game.
We saw the same thing on the last possession. It was a little slant route out to one of the Delta receivers, and they picked up the 1st down. So we'll see if we see something like that again here. Bond takes a snap.
And Bond with time. Oh, they missed him. But Bond, he slips another tackle. Bond, they get him this time. So he's only going to gain 6 of those yards.
It's down to his own 39, or 34, check that.
So 4th down, 8.
And
Boy, Bond is slippery back there.
And it looks like the punting unit will come on for Delta.
So the Eagles stop him here. Getz and Fuller, maybe some fireworks out of one of those 2 here. So down to 9-10, 10-7, Columbia City over Delta.
I think Delta knows, though, you can't give it to Getz after the game that he's had on the ground.
So they got 10 on the play clock. Here's the snap. No pressure by Columbia City. High kick. Get away from it, and they are. It goes into the bench. Shanked it. And where are they going to mark it here?
Getting closer to midfield now. It'd be right at midfield.
So just shy of the 50-yard line. So here we go. Good field position. Chain gang going the wrong way. Who's all that? Usually the basketball coach. Probably Jungle Jim Pope over there.
Jungle Jim Pope. That's the first one I've heard.
Coach Schaus. I don't know who else is on that chain gang over there, but we'll have to get the chain gang.
Was Pope here? Yeah, the Pope.
The Pope.
The Pope.
All right, Piper under center. 8:50 to go. Hands off. Second man through, and Barrera runs into a brick wall. Gets a couple. Going to give him what, 2?
2 yards to play brought down by number 32.
2nd and 8.
Tackle by Dylan Maynor there.
Maynor's a big boy.
6'2". 6'2" junior.
2nd and 8.
Weighing 215.
Yeah,
He's a brick house.
So Piper jogs back on. And Columbia City plenty of time here. 1st and 10 at the Delta 48.
Piper will be on the center with Heron on the near side from what it looks like.
Getz falls down as he was in motion, and this one going nowhere as they're going to lose 2 yards right back to midfield. Barrera gets stuffed. 3rd and 10 from midfield, so the Eagles need something big here.
8 minutes left in this game. Columbia City leads 10-7 over Delta.
So big play needed by the Eagle offense here.
Need to get those chains moving. Got to make sure that we can burn just a bit more clock so that Delta offense can't march down the field.
So same set we've been going with all night. And Getz has it, and there's a reverse, and they stifle that. Barrera sacked for a 5-yard loss on the double reverse back there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if that was the right play to call. I mean, if I'm having 3rd and 10, I would for sure get that ball to Getz. I mean, with the game that he's had and the way that he's been able to shed tackles, I mean, that's the guy that I would give it to.
So 4th and 15 now. Kleffiker to kick, 7:09 to go in the ball game. 10-7 Columbia City over Delta. And their return man stands at the 15, can't see the number. And we're going to let the clock roll down a little bit. Now Kleffiker's ready to go. 6:55, and he will accept the snap. And Stitt in there close to blocking it again. And it's going to take a Columbia City bounce. And don't let it go in the end zone this time. And it's going to go down to the 1.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, we've had 2 or 3 of those tonight.
We've had 3. Kleffiker's had 1 on the 2-yard line and now 2 on the 1-yard line. And, man, Pat McAfee would be so happy right now, Coach. Garrett Kleffiker has had himself a game.
Yeah, and the other one we just kind of slipped over the end line with it, and or we would have had 4 of them pinned with inside the 5.
Kissinger running the video board's got Dwayne Johnson going, wow.
Who?
Dwayne Johnson? Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Oh, that's out of my league. I have no idea. You young guys, I can't keep up with you. All right, 1st and 10 from the 1. Bond under center, and that's just into a rugby scrum, and they moved the scrum about 3 yards as they – couple yards anyway.
Yeah, we've seen that quarterback sneak from Delta every single time that they've been inside the 5-yard line just to get them outside of that 5-yard line. I mean, it's obviously not being comfortable back there.
6:20 to go. Ball to 3 now. 2nd and 8. 10-7. Pinned deep are the Delta Eagles. Columbia City trying to keep them there. So is that shotgun this time?
And it looks like Stitt's in the gun.
Stitt's back there this time. And Stitt carries it, keeps it, cuts upfield, and Eagles get him after a couple yards.
Yeah, he had 2 lead blockers. There was the left guard and the left tackle that were just pushing the way
Delta
for him.
injury there, so we've got timeout, 3rd and 5 when we come back.
That's Titus Hill.
Titus Hill is down. So that'll take an injury timeout. And 3rd and 5 Delta with 5:45 to go.
We'll talk to you about some underwriters real quick. Tonight's game feed is brought to you by Morse's Builders Mart, located at 516 East Van Buren Street in Columbia City, with locations in Huntington, Wabash, Warsaw, and Goshen. Online at morsesbuildersmart.com, serving northeastern Indiana since 1871. This broadcast is also brought to you by Bart's Car Store, selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Bart's Car Store offers test drives, cash for trade-ins, and financing options. Bart's Car Store, serving Columbia City, Whitley County, and Fort Wayne. Tonight's microphones are from the support of Flowtech Plumbing and Heating, serving locally for 29 years. More information is available at flowtechpnh.com. And finally, this game is sponsored by Regina's Watercolor. Regina'sWatercolor.com, offering local handmade watercolor paints. Artist accessories are also available. Regina's Watercolor is online at reginaswatercolor.com.
So the injured player being taken off, up. And it'll be 3rd and 5 at the 5.
And it looks like, let's see, Bond will be back in the quarterback position here for Delta.
Yeah, they're going to.
With split receivers, one to the far, one to the near, with maybe Stitt in the backfield with him.
So they're trying to get everything situated here. Officials ready to go, I think. Apparently. Now they're going to change. Somebody's coming in late, so there's the quarterback. Or no, he's just bringing in the play.
No, that was Backus coming in.
So Bond takes the snap, throws. Tipped by Columbia City, incomplete.
And it was Neil. Who is that?
Was it 32 got a hand on that?
Josh Arntz there getting a hand on that.
So that'll be 4th and 5 as he got a hand on it.
We called Arntz's name a lot last week, and didn't really call him much this week, but coming up big here late in the 4th quarter, that's something that you need.
So Getz and Fuller just inside their 40. And the punter, can't see the number again, but he's standing in the end zone. There's the snap. No pressure by Clint Flagg on the play. And going to be caught at the 41. And here's Fuller. Fuller in and out of traffic. 30, cuts upfield across the 25. And we got a flag over on the far side.
Was that near the line of scrimmage?
Yep,
false start.
Will they punt again, or will we bring it back, or? We'll probably decline it.
Decline it, yep.
We'll take
where we are. Great field position at Delta's 25.
Decline, it looks like. So a ball at the 25, 5:26 to go. Great field position. And we've got, well, right now, it's in our hands. So Piper takes the snap, keeps it. Piper cuts across and into the pile in the 20. Fumble! Delta got it! Delta got their fumble.
Yeah, it's Delta ball. Yep. And that's one thing that we have to make sure that you walk down late in the 4th quarter with a lead. You got to have good ball control. That was not good control there from Colton Piper.
Well, he ran into the pile, and then it got
he ran in standing straight up. Was not even.
So that gives the ball back to Delta. Now it's in their hands. It's 10-7 Columbia City, 5:15 to go. So finally, Columbia City has a turnover. Delta with 3, which we've taken advantage of. So Bond up under center. 1st and 10 at their own 24, and Bond and cuts up, and the Eagles stifle that.
As Backus on the carry there.
1 yard.
Keep in mind that Delta still has 2 timeouts.
They get 2, okay. 5 minutes to go. 10-7 Columbia City. Injury. And Backus.
I think it's Backus, yeah. He's leaning over.
So he's going off under his own power. So they may keep this going. They're going to call it back to order here.
As it looks like, will that be Bond at quarterback there, or will it be Stitt? Nope, Stitt's going to the far side as a receiver.
2nd and 9.
It's Bond's in the gun.
They sent another receiver out, 2 each way. And the snap taken by Bond. Quick little flare pass. That bounced. That was incomplete from the word go. So that stops clock, 4:38 to go, and makes it 3rd and 9.
Huge third down here for Columbia City. Got to be able to make this stop. I mean, you can obviously assume that Delta may go for it if they don't pick up the first down here, go for it on 4th, but still got to have 2 big plays here.
So 3rd and 9 for the Delta Eagles with 4:38 to go. Big play for the Eagle defense as well. Columbia City Eagle defense. So they line up 3 receivers this time. And Bond with time. He's got plenty of time and makes a move. And he gets away and cuts upfield. And Eagles stifle that. 3-yard gain. It's going to be 4th down.
Ryan Elston there on the tackle.
4th and 6. 4:20 the clock runs.
Looked like Dominic Chacon also got part of that tackle too.
Timeout, Delta.
Now we'll leave them with 1.
So the 4th and 6.
Huge thank you to our shirt sponsors for tonight. Those are Starlight Instruments, Hodges Property Management, Western's Garage, and Richmond Construction. If you or someone you know would like to be a shirt sponsor for future games, please have them contact Kelly Stetler at 260-244-6136. WJHS postgame highlights and schedules are on Facebook. Please give us a like and a follow. You can listen online just like the on-air broadcast. Just visit WJHS915.org. As there's 4:17 left in this game, and the biggest play here for the Delta Eagles offense and for the Columbia City Eagles defense.
So down to crunch time here. 4:17.
And it'll be 4th and 6. Delta's own 28, and Bond will be in the gun. 1 receiver to the far side, 1 to the near.
So 4th and 6. And Bond takes the snap, and he's going to roll. And he flobs his man, finds it, caught, 1st down. 39-yard line, easy catch there. 7 receiver.
Parker Faletic, the 6'2" senior.
So 1st and 10 at their own 39, clock rolls. 4:05 to go, 10-7 Columbia City. It's been that since halftime. And Bond in the shotgun, sidesteps a man, throws it wide, he's got a man. Bell, there's a 50, 45, 40, blazing speed. This will go all the way, touchdown Delta. 1 block over there, and that's all it took. 61 yards and a Delta touchdown. They go up. Stitt.
Yeah,
nice little pick play over there.
Yeah, pick play. He had 1 blocker, and then he just had 1 man to beat, and he beat him there on the far left side.
13-10 Delta as they take their 2nd lead of the night. That was a thing of beauty there.
Yeah, well-designed play. I mean, there's not much you can really do about that. It was just really good blocking on Delta's side of the football.
So the PAT coming. And this is Alvarez. Check that Griffins.
And there's a penalty marker there.
Columbia City lined up in the neutral zone.
Encroachment.
Well, we'll see what they do here.
Looks like they're going to keep the kicking unit on. Yep.
So we're going to kick it anyway. Griffs.
The lefty kicker.
Awaiting the snap, the set, and there's flags again. False start on Delta. So they are up 13-10 at the 8:11 mark of the 4th quarter. Big play from 61 yards. Bond to Stitt, so this will back the extra point up, 5 yards. So he'll be kicking it from the 14, so 24 yards on a PAT here for Griffs. And here's the snap, the set, and the kick, and that's well good.
Got a hold of that one.
Yes, he did. He pounded that.
Yeah.
14-10, Delta. With 3:49 to go.
This is, I mean, obviously it's got to be our best offensive drive of the game. I mean, this is where it comes down to. I mean, it's just kind of similar to, you know, a late drive in the Super Bowl. When you're trailing, you need a touchdown to win. See what Coach Fox and Colton Piper can do. Talk to you about some underwriters real quick. Tonight's game feed is brought to you by Morse's Builders Mart, located at 516 East Van Buren Street in Columbia City, with locations in Huntington, Wabash, Warsaw, and Goshen. Online at morsesbuildersmart.com, serving northeastern Indiana since 1871. This broadcast is also brought to you by Bart's Car Store, selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Bart's Car Store offers test drives, cash for trade-ins, and financing options. Bart's Car Store, serving Columbia City, Whitley County, and Fort Wayne.
So, Getz and Fuller. Schroff back there, I say. So we got 3 guys back there. So how about a big return?
It's what we need. It'd be
14-10.
Be some good momentum for our offense.
So ready to kick is Griffiths. Ball teed up at the 40. Kicking towards the south goal, and they kick it deep, and going to be fielded on the fly. Fuller's got it. 20, 25, 30, 35. Out to the 39-yard line. Good field position. No flag, so.
Yeah, it was a great return by Fuller. I mean, we've been talking about Getz all night, and Fuller's been doing the job on the punt return and on the kick return. He did a solid job there to put Columbia City in some good field position.
So 3:43 left on the clock. Columbia City with 2 timeouts left. 14-10, the Delta Eagles over the Columbia City Eagles. It's been quite a battle tonight. So Piper, the junior signal caller, under center and hands off. And coming to the near side is Barrera is going to get hauled down for maybe a yard. So Eagles may hurry up a little bit here. So it's going to be actually a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. And Piper again under center. And up the middle. And, oh, boy, that went nowhere. I thought the other guy had it. So now all of a sudden it's Severs picks up 2, 3rd and 6. So now we need a big one. 2 timeouts left. Clock ticks down to 3 minutes.
As Piper will go under center with Heron on the near side. He is the only receiver.
Piper lost the ball, picked up, and we fall on it. So it's back at the 35, 4th down.
I mean, we talked about the entire first half with Delta having the mishandles, and now it's Columbia City. I mean, I think that's our 2nd or 3rd bobble this half.
So 4th and 13, 14. We're going to go for it. It appears. Now they're going to call for time. 2:25 to go. So 14-10 Delta. Been a good one. The home team behind now on a late Delta score on a beautiful play. 61-yard pass from Bond to Stitt. It was a nice block thrown on the sidelines, and that sprung Stitt, and that was all he needed to blaze to the end zone. Turned on the afterburners, and Delta took the lead.
Tonight's microphones are from the support of Flowtech Plumbing and Heating, serving locally for 29 years. More information is available at flowtechpnh.com. This game is also sponsored by Regina's Watercolor. Regina's Watercolor offering local handmade watercolor paints. They are also offering artist accessories. Regina's Watercolor is online at reginaswatercolor.com.
So Eagles 4th and 14, and we're going to go. I guess with only 2 timeouts, and I don't know. So Piper under center. We got 2 receivers out to the far side, and Piper rolls that way. Piper fires. Caught! First down! First down! Midfield!
Is that Heron on the catch? Yeah. I mean, we talked about it on the previous possession. We haven't called Heron's name all night, and there it is, coming up big right when we need it.
So a big 15-yard pickup. 1st and 10 at midfield, 2:14. The clock runs. Columbia City football. Piper with a big pass there to Heron. Piper under center. Comes to the near side. He's rolling. Fires on the run. Caught! And a flag on the play. And it's caught by Heron. Clock stops at 1:59. What do we have here? I'm hearing an echo. Let's see. What do we have? Somebody grab a face mask in there?
I'm not sure. They're discussing it. May pick it up.
Ineligible man downfield. So that's going to take it back.
I'm not quite. I mean, did you see?
I didn't see what. I didn't see who was downfield, no.
I mean, because there was, I mean.
So down to the 40, back to the 45, I should say. 1st and 15, 1:59. And they'll roll the clock. And there it is. And Piper on the run, right side, heaves it deep. That's over everybody. There's a trip. They intercept it, no flags. And picked off. I don't know if that was incidental conduct. Coach Fox is upset, but Hunter Heron got tripped up. I'm not sure whether it was incidental contact, but no flags on. There's a flag, and that's on Brett Fox.
And, yeah, I mean, if you're Coach Fox, you can't be too happy about that.
It's hard to tell whether that was incidental contact or what, but that's going to do it now probably. So it'll be at they intercepted it. It's kind of a wild chase and scramble after that football. Unsportsmanlike conduct. So 1st and 10 at Delta's 40. And the Delta faithful across the way, very happy. So Columbia City with 1 timeout left in 1:50 and trailing at 14-10. Definitely in trouble now. And Bond. And hands off and 5 yards.
Yeah, and they'll just look to run out the clock here. I mean, the only thing that Columbia City can hope for is another bobble, another fumble, a turnover of some sort. Got to make something happen with the 1:30 left.
Well, we're not calling timeout. I don't know if that's accurate up there. Maybe we don't have one.
I thought we had one.
Well, it says that, but we're not calling it, so no. So Bond taking his sweet time. Down to 1:12. Play clock to 8. Bond hands it off in the middle, and the Eagles stifle that. 2 yards, so it's going to be 3rd down 4. Under a minute.
And play clock's going to bring it down to
minimal.
Yeah, it's going to bring it down to 23, I think.
Well, do we have the timeout left, or is that? So they're just going to waste the clock here. Down to 32 seconds. And Bond takes it, hands it off, and 1st down. That'll do it as he got across midfield.
Yeah, that's going to do it.
So down to 20 seconds, they don't even have to snap it. So what a ball game this has been, but the home team's going to fall 14-10. Great effort both ways, but Delta got the late break and made it happen. And that's it.
Yep.
There goes the siren. 14-10, Eagles of Delta beat the Eagles of Columbia City. Eagles will drop to 1-1. Delta will go to 2-0.
But, I mean, the one thing you got to take away from this game, I mean, sure, we did lose tonight, but, I mean, it was two, state-ranked number 8, the Delta Eagles. I mean, that's something. I mean, you can say that you led majority of the way there all the way until late fourth quarter. I mean, I mean, it's a formidable opponent, and with your backup quarterback, too. I mean, that's one thing that you also got to take away is, you're able to get a majority of the job done, just not quite 100%. With the backup quarterback, and hopefully we can see Greg Bolt again next week. But yeah, I mean, you can obviously tell that that penalty it was a questionable one for sure. Wasn't sure if it was or was not pass interference. I mean, you had Heron hit the deck pretty hard, but still it was a 50-50 ball for sure.
So that one didn't go the way of the Eagles, and coaches.
It looks like Coach Fox will have his post-game meeting with his team.
So Delta will have a happy ride home to Delaware County tonight as they rush off the field with a 14-10 win. As with 3:49 left in the ball game, they get the touchdown. And they escape with a 14-10 win. And here are our statistics. What a ball game this was. We'll take a quick look at some things here. And a couple more pictures of that. And we'll get and stand by here, and we'll I didn't get it all. There we go. Thank you. All right, so for Columbia City, 122 yards tonight, so not much offensive production. Delta ends up with 246 on 49 plays. Columbia City's 122. We're on 47 plays. And passing, 136 yards on 7 of 10 completions. And attempts for Delta. Columbia City just 15 yards through the air, and that was to Hunter Heron to get that big first down to keep the drive alive late. So 1 of 4 for the Eagles on the night. Passing, 1 touchdown thrown by Delta. Rushing, 110 yards on 39 carries for the Delta Eagles. Columbia City, 107 on the ground on 43 attempts. 136 yards receiving on 7 completions for Delta. 15 for the 1 for Columbia City. And penalties, 6 for 30 for Delta. Columbia City flagged 3 times for 30. And turnovers, Delta 3, Columbia City 1, big one late that led to the winning score. Delta lost 3 fumbles. We had a fumble, 2 fumbles, lost 1 of them, and that was late, and that was critical. 7 punts for Delta for an average of 31.1 yards. 6 punts for Columbia City, average 47.2, and we sacked them 2 times for a loss of 10 yards. Time of possession, 25 minutes, 20 seconds for Delta, 22 seconds, 31 seconds for Columbia City. Pretty even there. 10 first downs for Delta, 5 on the ground, 5 through the air. Columbia City with 9 first downs, 8 on the ground, 1 through the air. Third down, Delta 4 of 13 on the evening. Columbia City 0 of 10 on third down. Oh, my. 2 of 2 on fourth down was Delta. 1 of 1 was Columbia City. That was the 15-yard pass to Heron. Piper 1 of 4 on the night. His line 15 yards, no INTs. Bond is who they gave all the quarterback to these on these stats. 7 of 10, 136 yards, and the late touchdown pass that sprung Delta to the victory. Getz 9 carries, 85 yards. Ethan Sievers 11 carries, 28 yards. Abe Barrera 12 carries, 11 yards. Piper 7 carries, -6. And for Delta, Stitt 9 carries, 70 yards, 1 touchdown. And 32 was let's see here. Thank you, Sean. Dylan Maynard, 11 carries, 15 yards. Number 1 was Backus, 4 carries for 13 yards. 18 is Wilson, 11 carries, 8 yards. And Carpenter, 31 carry, or check that, that's his number, 4 carries, 4 yards. So that's the running there. Receiving, Stitt, 2 receptions, 1 for 71 yards and the winning touchdown. And number 9 was Jones. He had a reception for 27. And Palmer, or check that, Samuels. Palmer's the first name. Samuels had 2 receptions for 24 yards. And Elliott, 1 reception for 11. And Backus, 1 for 3. For Columbia City, just Heron with 15. Defense, Moley, 6.5 tackles. Our man Max Moley. Ryan Elston, 5.5. Jackson Moore, 5.0, or 5. Carnahan, 4.5 tackles. Arntz, likewise. Brody Barker, 4 tackles. Dominic Chacon, 2.5 tackles. Tucker, a tackle. Klefker, Christian Ewer, Clifford, Rose, Scott, Heron, all a tackle. And Klefker, 1 of 3 on field goals tonight. 1 extra point. He had 4 points on the evening, and their kicker was 2 for 2. And Klefker punted 6 times, 283 yards, 47.2. He pinned him inside the 20 4 times and basically pinned him inside the 2. So we'll cut that off right there. I see Coach Fox. Welcome to the broadcast, Coach. Obviously a hard-fought battle both ways and a nail-biter right down to the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's a close game, and we had our opportunities in the red zone, and we've got to convert and get those in and, kind of put it in a situation where, we're kind of putting our defense on the field a lot. It's a close game, hard-fought game. I wish scoreboard we got to get in the end zone. We got to put it in the end zone. I think we get down in the red zone a couple times, have to kick a field goal on one, and then end up missing the field goal on another one. And we got to convert down there, do a better job of that. I'm proud of the way that our guys fought, proud of the way that they got after it. That's the number 8 team in the state of Indiana, and I think our guys fought hard. And I told them, this is we schedule this game so that we can have a challenge early in the season, so that we can kind of see where we're at and know what we need to fix. And it's something I told them that, hey, week 13 of the football season is regional, and
right.
This is a team that's probably going to win the sectional opposite of us. And I truly believe that we're going to be there on the other side, ready to face them. Week 13, and then hopefully we can turn it around and make the scoreboard totally different the next time. Defensively, I think we played solid. We gave up 2 plays, two plays, period. They got a long touchdown in the first half and then a long touchdown in the second half. Two plays, that's it. That's all their yardage. Other than that, they didn't really do anything. And so really proud of how our defense played, how they kept us in this game, and we're working offensively, and eventually it'll reciprocate, and we'll be able to put some more points on the board, and looking forward to it. We just got to keep working and play aggressively, and see our guys step up.
You had your veteran quarterback Greg Bold out tonight. Colton Piper steps in, does a nice job in relief, and evaluate his performance.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation for Colton when he finds out on Wednesday that he's starting on Friday. It's that's always a tough situation, and one that it puts him in an awkward spot, and one where we missed an opportunity Tuesday, where Greg did practice, and so one day of preparation I think could have done a better job. But I think Piper stepped up and played well, and led our team, and proud of him for doing those things.
I thought he looked good. Not that my opinion counts, but obviously a tough way to go out here tonight. But a great atmosphere here, and I think we put on a great show, as a team and a program here, and the home crowd really got things excited. It was great to see this, opposite of what it was a year ago, and that turned out well.
Yeah, proud of our our fans and their support and ask them to continue to do that. It's going to be, another 3 weeks before we're back here, but looking forward to doing that, and encourage anybody to get in their vehicle, travel down to Decatur, and watch us next week again at Belmont. I think you're going to be inspired with the way that our guys play and how hard they play, and something that you can be proud of, and something this community can be proud of.
I think, real quick, I think we saw the emergence of, several other names tonight that we didn't necessarily mention, at least on air last week. It seemed like we had, some more guys kind of step out, step up, get in the game, get in the limelight a little bit.
Yeah, it's great seeing Max Mole playing, wonderful for us and coming up and making some big tackles. And one that you probably didn't say his name very often for tackles or anything like that, but I thought Easton Carnahan played his butt off in allowing other guys to kind of get there and be in those spots.
And I think Arntz had a big knockaway there late on one of their, I think, fourth down or third down.
Right, he's been playing great lately. The way that Arntz is playing and getting underneath there, and he's just, he'll surprise some people, and it plays really, really well for us defensively.
And we got a lot of good things happening, good things cooking, and obviously we don't get the W tonight, but things going forward are looking really good.
Yeah, proud of our guys, and we'll continue to fight, and we'll work on these things that we are being shown through film and through our games and our tests on Friday night, so that we can be ready for our conference play. And that's what I told the guys, like this doesn't define our conference season. It doesn't really, it messes up one goal. Like our goal of wanting to having an undefeated regular season. That's the only thing that it messes up, and we can keep working hard and towards these goals that we still have.
And there's more to do out there and more to be accomplished. So, Coach, thank you for your time. Appreciate it as always, and we'll talk to you next week in Decatur. Have a good week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Brett Fox with his thoughts, and obviously what a deal battle tonight, and a couple big plays, as Coach said, and maybe a call that maybe we lobbied for but didn't get, and it was just one of those deals where it just didn't work out for the home team tonight, and Coach Fox not relatively calm and pretty satisfied all the way around, other than the major thing of one in the L column. But good night, and they'll build on this going into the Northeast 8 schedule.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you have to take some really good momentum out of this. I mean, sure, it came down to what? It came down to 2 plays, really, that maybe defined the game. That little kind of screenplay out to the outside for Delta, and then obviously the pass interference call that wasn't called. I mean, that's like we said, we were talking about, it's a 50-50 ball, and from the ref's perspective, it was just footwork being tangled up. So it just comes down to those 2 plays, and they just didn't go our way. But you know what? They could go our way next week. They could go our way later on when it comes down to sectional time. You just don't know. It's just the way that the game works. So definitely, obviously, you got to take some confidence coming away from this. Number 8 ranked team in the state, and you held them to 14 points compared to where they were last week. They dropped something in the 40s or the 50s, something like that. I can't remember the final score from that game against Muncie Central.
41-6, I believe.
Yeah, they played really well last week, and we were able to hold them to the teens as far as points. So definitely, for sure, you got to take that good momentum away. You played a really good defensive game, but yeah. Yeah,
it was a great effort, just not enough offensively tonight, and they'll work forward on that. So it's on to Belmont next week, and then on to Huntington the following week. In 3 weeks, homecoming with the DeKalb Barons rolling into town. So that will be that. We hit the stats, and we heard from Coach Fox, and that'll about wrap it up for tonight. We thank all the underwriters. Thanks, everybody, for listening to Columbia City football out there. We know there are plenty of you. We thank everybody involved with the broadcast, Jonathan Peters and others. Mr. Glaza putting on the production behind the scenes. And for my broadcast partner, Sean Bledsoe, Andrew Thompson saying so long from Columbia City High School. Telling you once again the final score of the Delta Eagles 14, the Columbia City Eagles 10. We will talk to you from Decatur next week. Thanks for listening. Good night, everyone.